Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing coming to you another video, man. I got my man, the right hand man himself, GP in the house, aka Crab Chips, West Baltimore, and I got my man Curly Top in the house, man, aka Richie Rich. What's going on, Price?
What's happening?
Prize, what it do? I can't even speak to this dude.
GP, what's
Prize?
good? What's good, my
What's
guy?
up, Prize?
You know he got a
Man,
handful of crab chips in his hand, so
that's crazy.
BBO, what it do, yo?
hey, nah, man. Just want to welcome GP, man. He's got full time, panel member now. He didn't want to admit it, But shout out to my man GP joining the team, man, because I know he don't like to rock with blacks, but we got him in here now. But
Man, it's a lot of fun over here at BBO.
oh, of course,
That's what we do.
we got the Puerto Rican Prince, man, Mr. Knock you in the head if you buy a shopping cart. D Free in the house. What's going on?
What?
What's good? What's good?
It's crazy.
So we
It's free.
we got to start this conversation, man. One of the greatest living fighters to ever touch the ring, Oscar the Golden Boy, says he doesn't like the fight with Tank versus Roach. What do you guys think?
He shouldn't like it. None of them are his fighters.
Yes.
He ain't getting nothing out of the deal. He shouldn't
I
like
mean,
it.
there's a lot of people that don't like the fight either, though, for that matter. There's a lot of cats that's not really jacking this fight, but I just want to see the kid get active. I don't give a damn who he fight at this point. Just get in the ring, bro, for it be 2 years.
I was on Karn's panel before I came up here, like maybe an hour ago, and I was up there with Stormy B. I was up there with Stormy B, man, and he said something that I've been saying for a while. It was these guys getting these fights that nobody cares about. And you say these fighters always talking about, oh, he need a tune-up, he need a tune-up. And Stormy B man said something. He said, well, if these guys was fighting on a regular basis, they wouldn't need tune-ups. They will already be freshening their tools. They will always be sharp, because you see these guys having having first round knockouts, and they not fighting again till 6-7 months later. What are you waiting for? You had a first round knockout. You didn't take no punishment. You wasn't in there long enough to have any damage done to you, because you got a first round knockout. So it's funny how people say they don't like this fight, but then you say you want these guys to be active. Well, if none of these fights that we want to see is available for him to take, the only way he can be active is by taking a guy like Roach, somebody who most people don't care about seeing Tank Davis fight, but he's staying active, he's staying sharp, and regardless of how we feel about the fight, you can't have it both ways. You can't have a guy being active, but then you say you don't like the fight that he's taking.
I don't care if I'm glad that he's giving the kid from the inner city the payday, and can possibly, that's life changing money. I don't care what none of y'all say. If you get $200,000-$300,000, pardon me, you get $200,000-$300,000 in your account right now, your life is going to be different. I don't care what none of us say.
I mean, I get what you're saying, man. Salute to everybody. I always forget this. I'm so sorry, man. Salute to our sponsor, Raycon. Go to rayconglobal.com. That's rayconglobal.com for your electric bikes, as well as your earphones. We're talking about some of the best performance headphones in the game. We're talking about certified as far as noise cancellation product. We have some noise cancellation products, as well as we do have them for your leisure, for you going to the gym. But shout out to Raycon Global. But I'll say this, just in all honesty, it's a good fight. But the thing is this, what the Puerto Rican saying has some merit to it. at the end of the day, it's always these kind of fights with Tank. It's always let me give you this till I give you that, but he never gives us the other thing. So I kind of, we kind of tired of him, throwing the rock and hiding his hand, so to speak. We want the real fights. We want him to fight. You got Tio fighting Godzilla. I mean, golly, Tio fighting Silver Mattia is a monster. This dude's a straight silverback. He fighting him nothing. But we can't get Abdul or Tank Davis do the same thing. It's just very frustrating. Salute to my man Ace. Salute to GD pulling up with the brothers. Look at GD out here with the niggas tonight. Salute to my man GD. But let me ask you this, GP, because you one of those brothers who's pretty honest about everything. What do you honestly think about Tank fighting Lamont Roach?
I think Tank fighting Lamont Roach is a good fight. I think a lot of sleeping on Lamont. Yo's a fighter, a really good fighter. Fair enough, that kid is on a level of everybody else at 35. Shakur, I don't think he can beat none of the guys, but great fight, great fighter. I don't have a problem with that fight.
I don't either, especially being an inner city kid, young boy, getting some life-changing money. He could do some things for his family. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right with it, man. And like Lamont and people, he's bringing Lamont Roach up. Didn't Lamont Roach fight more at 140 or 135 than Tank did? Don't they got like?
Yes, he did.
And it's like the same or it's close. Like, so let's not like the man that's what pound for pound fighters do. They move up and down, they take opportunities, and I ain't mad at the fight. I just want to see him stay busy. I know people want him to fight Shakur and Devin and all that. It ain't happening right now. The business of boxing, because you see, and I'm gonna keep saying it. A lot of y'all ain't never did no business, no real business. So y'all don't understand. The business comes first before these fighters get in the ring nowadays. And it was always a business of boxing, but it's even like times 10 now. The weight got to be right, the money, the venue, the dates, all that got to line up, or we get no fight.
Hey, Prize, before D3 take it away, because he gonna take it. But D3 take it away. Yo, Lamont Roach inside, amazing. Man. It's amazing. That kid can fight.
Yeah.
But Free is on. I think you was next up to speak on it.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is these guys talking about how Tank Davis is moving Lamont Roach up. But I hear BVO all the time saying Tank Davis can go up to 140 and fight Devin and fight Tio. I mean, ain't Tank Davis the smaller guy that they're moving up? So you can't have it one way and not have it the same across the board. If Tank Davis is moving the smaller guy up to 135, then they're moving the smaller guy up to 140 because Tank Davis ain't fighting at 140. He's fighting at 135. So you got to keep it even across the board. Either you don't care about the smaller guy moving up, or you do care about the smaller guy moving up. It's one or the other. You can't have it.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Free. When we talk about this fight in particular, I think the thing that we understand. We understand the business of boxing. The business of boxing, as my man Leonard Ellerby so eloquently said, it's not about messing up money. It's about making money when you're doing these events. So I'm not mad at this. I am actually glad to see Tank Davis getting an opportunity to put on one of his own events. Him becoming a promoter is good for him. And just like Roy Jones said many months ago, this is going to be a great endeavor for him and his family. I just want to say, okay, if this is the fight that we're going to get, I understand. But can we please get some of those fights that you promised us? Because I get what my man GD saying. And I don't support Teofimo no way. But guess what? Him and Ryan keep giving us good fights. I mean, say what you want. Why? Let me ask you, and I'm gonna ask you guys a question that might be a little controversial, but why do Spanish guys give us the fights, but the brothers don't? That's my honest question.
That's total cappery.
Let me answer this question the first question real quick. You said, can we get some of these fights that you said you want to you promised us or whatever. The thing that I said, like I said, I was on Clarence, and what I said before, the first way that these fights are made, you have to get two individuals that agrees to fight. Once these two guys say, you know what, we want to fight each other, then it's up to the promoters to make the fight happen. If you got to go to this promotional company, I mean, to this network and get the money to make the fight happen, then that's your job. Your job is to go get the money to make this fight. You're the promoter. You're supposed to promote this fight. You go to that network, say, hey, look, I got these two superstars. These are my two young stars, and this fight is going to make some money. You're going to make money on this fight. It's up to the promoter to get the money for the fight. The first thing to get the fight to happen, you have to have two guys that are willing to get in the ring together. If they're willing to get in the ring, then it's up to the promoter. Now, you can have one guy say, I want to fight that guy, but the other guy said, he ain't really worth my time right now. So it doesn't matter what you want. If one guy is not willing to get in the ring, that fight is not going to happen.
Didn't Bob Arum say something like that too, Free? Didn't Bob Arum say something like that a while ago? Like, I can't make these guys fight. You know what I mean?
He did.
So,
Salute
yeah,
to
like,
Kobe.
what Free is saying is 100% accurate.
You have to get these guys. You have to get these guys willing to fight. Now, when it comes to the Latinos, like that BBO was talking about, you said, why do we get these Latinos willing to get in the ring? Well, you got to also remember where they're coming from, and that's another thing. A lot of us here in America, we're spoiled, we're privileged to have certain things that other countries don't have. So those guys are willing to do whatever they got to do to make money because they're coming from a place where it ain't that profitable to be at. You ain't making the money that you're making over here in the United States. So they're willing to do a little bit more. That's why you'll see a lot. I hate to say this, but that's why you see a lot of these Mexicans come over there and do jobs that other people don't want to do. Like you see these Mexicans, they be at Walmart and they got all the janitor work. You ain't seeing none of those black people or none of those white people out there cleaning the bathrooms, but you'll see those Mexicans over there doing it.
Cheap labor.
Like, I'm trying to get every dollar I can get.
BVO is going to hate this. BVO is going to hate this.
It's cheap labor. You know, it is what it is. But I mean, hopefully Tank can give us the fights that he want. But like D Free just said, it is what it is. You know, it takes two to tango. You know, one fighter. It can't be just one fighter that agrees to the fight. It has to be the both of them. And if one say, well, if one is say, I'm cool, this is with all the terms, and the other one's like, well, I want more money, then you get no fight. Bob Arum said it himself. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
Go ahead.
That's the one good thing that I would say that Turkey is doing. He don't care what the money is, to a certain extent.
Crush Melon Queen. Salute.
If these guys are given a number, he goes back to the prince and say, "Hey, look, I got this fight. These guys talking about this number, but I believe it's going to make this amount of money." Now, whether it makes that amount or not, that
remains to be seen.
That's on him. But he goes over there. He goes over there and try to get the number that they're asking for. Then that's what these promoters need to do. They need to go to these networks and say, "Hey, look, we can promote this fight. We can get a return on our investment, but we got to get these guys in the ring. These are two young fighters. The fans are asking to see this fight. We got to get them in the ring. If we promote this fight right, we can get a return on our investment."
Fights haven't been promoted
to promote the fight once they get it.
No, go ahead, Free.
But Free,
no, I was saying it's up to it was up to the promoters to promote the fight. They got to do their job.
They haven't been. That was a segue for what I wanted to say. The promoters ain't promoting that. Promotion has been horrible in fights lately. Horrible. You know what I mean? Half the time you don't even know these dudes is fighting until 2 weeks before the fight. Back in the day, man, you would know about the fight for 6 months. You'd be ready to go by the time, you know what I'm saying? Now they rely on us to make the fight pop. And the promoters is half-stepping nowadays, man, except for Turkey, if you want to call him a promoter.
They are sponsors. They're not promoters. They sponsors.
Yeah, that's at this point. Yep, actually a good analogy. They pretty much sponsors, but now the fighters got tools that Riddick Bowe and Holyfield and Mike didn't have. They got Instagram, they got Twitter, they got Snapchat. Bro, can you imagine? Look at what Tank do when Tank posts something and tweet and delete. Everybody screenshots it. Imagine he just every day Tank's like, yeah, my fight 30 days out. You know what I'm saying? And he's showing videos of him training and stuff. Man, people gonna want to tap in, bro. But they don't do none of that. They tweet, delete, then they go, and sometimes they tweet too much, and like just I don't know. They got so many tools to promote the fights to make it what it could be. Like Earl and Bud should have been promoted, in my opinion, a lot better. I know it was like we was all waiting for it, but bro, come on, bro. That joint should have did a milli easily.
I think a lot of the promoters gotten lazy because of social media.
Mhm.
They
Yep.
realize these fighters can talk for themselves on social
Yep.
media and promote the fight. We ain't got to do nothing.
They
We
don't
can
even
just
do
sit
that
back and
though.
collect the money.
The fighters don't even
No,
do
I'm
it.
just saying. I'm saying the promoters are saying the fighters can
Yeah.
go on social media and promote the fight themselves. We ain't got to put on a daggone tour. We ain't got to put on no press conference tour. They can just
Right.
go on social media and go on these different platforms and promote the fight themselves.
And that's
we
why
can
I
just
said
sit
that
back and
promoters
collect
don't do
the
nothing.
money.
That's why I said free. They have stepping.
Right.
Imagine if Mike Tyson had Instagram
But they
back in
got to.
85, 86, out there at Dapper Dan's and all that. Imagine if them niggas had Instagram. Bro, come
Yep.
on, man.
I want to shout out Bernard Hackett because he landed this early.
Shout out, brother Bernard.
Yeah, he landed this earlier on Hardcore Boxing with the promoters. With the promoters and he was saying that BVO free prize, like we the voices. We the ones that get the fights going.
Yeah.
And I agree with him 100% because we gotta tell the people what we want to see. I ain't talking about your casual fans,
Right.
but the YouTubers, it's all up to y'all, yo. BBO is up to you, bro.
Yeah, it really is. We run boxing.
Yeah, we run.
Shout out
we
to the homie Knockout Boxing, and shout out my brother Marky Dan. But yeah, go ahead, GP. You right. We run the show.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, wait, get the brother Crush up here real quick. I'm gonna sit back and listen, but hey, Crush,
Yeah.
where you at, bro?
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on one
T
second. Let me
Hill,
do-
salute my brethren.
Salute to my man Knockout.
Yeah, shout
wanna
out
thank our
RayconGlobal.com. Yeah, go check
I
that
want to
out.
thank our
Raycon Global
sponsor,
Times.
Raycon. Go to RayconGlobal.com.
Yeah.
That's RayconGlobal.com. Thank you guys again. And I just got my Scooty bike. So as I'm gonna holler at everybody. I'm gonna have your headphones. I'm gonna send them out. So I got y'all all the colors y'all like, man. BVO just got the regular blacks. I got the colors, the purples for the freeze and prizes. And I even got pink for Thomas Hill. And I got blue for my man Crush.
That's crazy.
Wow, a real man
What?
can wear pink. I'm gonna let you know that right
That's a
now. I
fact.
rock
That's
the
a
hell out of
fact,
that
T.
bad boy, dog. Don't ever
That's
try
a
to stop
fact,
me,
T.
dog. I'm gonna turn everything around, dog.
Hey, but no, you my brother.
Boxing,
But
dog.
this is the key. This is the key issue.
Oh,
This
the
is the
king
key issue.
brand shirt.
Yo,
Now, salute to Melon Queen. And you know what's funny? My man GD said something. I'm gonna read what GD said. He said, Ryan, good fights. What the last fight he popped dirty before the fight and he quit. T.O. beat Loma, Josh Taylor, but he had T.O. done lately besides chasing clout chasing. That's true. But guess what? The Latino guys like Oscar De La Hoya get in there. Tito Trinidad, they get in there. And I'm starting to wonder what happened to my American black fighter who is afraid to dare to be great. And I'm asking all y'all, what's the reason? No one wants to point out the reason. How has Ryan fought two of the quote unquote kings? How has T.O. beat two quote unquote white boys that had, accolades? But Tank hasn't. I mean, I put it like this. I thank God for Devin Haney. Because if we didn't have Devin Haney, we wouldn't see no brother daring to go do nothing. And say what you want about George Cambozo or George Kebab, whatever you call him. I thought when he fought Cheddar Bob, hey, you say I don't want to fight Cheddar Bob. It was a good fight because guess what? He got those trinkets, and you can't take it away from you. My grandmother said one thing I always remember: once you get your education, they can't take it from you. They can't take that education from you. And it's the same thing when it comes to them belts and accolades. You can't take it from me. I'm an undisputed champion. I'm a two-time lineal champion. And we're not seeing the same thing from these other guys. And I'm telling you, and I want to know why. Why are we not getting that from the other fighters? Why? Because I'm not going to bash Tank, because Tank is my brother and I love him. Same thing with any other fighter. I love these brothers. I want to see Shakur do well. I'm just wondering how come the Spanish dudes say, you know what? Hey, I fight anybody. Anybody. Who wants it? Devin
Well,
Haney?
according the number
Who wants
one
it?
pound for pound fighter is trying to move up to 168 from junior middleweight. So that ain't what are you talking about? The brothers ain't trying to be Derek
Hold on.
Gray. He's
He's
trying to
not
fight.
pound for pound number one.
Okay,
Stop
he's
that.
number two then. He's
Stop the
number one or two.
lies.
He's
He's not
number
number
top.
one. That
What
would
is
be
he then?
Usyk. That would be Usyk.
Well, if you want to
That
put
would be
Usyk at
Usyk.
number one, that's fine. Terrence Crawford to me is number one. Usyk is number two. I know like D3 don't like the heavyweights. I'm with him on that. But since Usyk moved up, I'll give it to him. That's as far as he can go. Is number two.
So we got my main man Crush in the house, man. And I'm sorry, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get back to work. That's on me. That's not on Crush. We're gonna be back to work tomorrow. We got a special show. It's a music show. And
Yeah.
Crush is gonna knock your lights out with this. But Crush, why are the Spanish guys the only ones with cojones nowadays? What's going on, man?
I salute to the panel, GD. My man Tommy Hill always keeping everything on chills. D3, the master debater, and my man Richie Rich, curly top prize fighter. First of all, correction. You'll be back to work tomorrow. I was still working. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I was still working, bro. I
Right.
was still working. Nothing don't stops with me. They call me
Correction.
Mr. 24/7, bro. Now, to talk about
367.
this nonsense that you got going on. I did not want to come into 2025 with this nonsense. I'm trying to be real smooth about it. But you guys, I'm trying to come with a more smoother approach. I'm trying to be like the new love version of myself. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. I'm trying to be like Dalai Lama, but they want to keep bringing out the wolf. All this nonsense about these daggone Latinos daring to be great. I ain't trying to hear that, and the brothers ain't doing nothing. BB, yo, that's blasphemy, sir. That's blasphemy. And we already know the business of boxing is just as janky as janky can get. And then there's a whole lot of janky stuff in the middle. So everybody is to blame, bro. Everybody, they all to blame, and the fans, y'all even worse. Y'all the first ones to get the blame. I'm on righteousness with this boxing talk, and I would not go for the nonsense, BBO. I'm gonna put you in court, man. I'm gonna put you in court. But I digress and I pass.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, Free, you're Puerto Rican. How come it seems like guys, how come it seems like the Spanish guys seem to fight the bigger fights? What's going on?
Well, I mean, because they like to fight. I mean, it is what it is. They like to fight. But the thing is, like I said before, the only way we get these fights is if two guys agree to get in the ring. You can have two guys that got a lot of pride and nobody wants to bow down to the other guy because they feel like they deserve more of the pie. So it comes down to who's going to swallow their pride and just say, you know what, I want to prove that I'm the best. Regardless of what you are from me, I want to prove that I'm the best. Once we get that established, then we can have a fight. But until we get that established where people wants to prove that they're the best, we're going to always have situations where fights are not being made that we want to see to be made.
I just to say this, as Prize always say, something's going on in boxing. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But I think you might have to have Congress or the FBI look into boxing because
I want the feds.
I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on where you don't see any of the top guys fighting. I mean, and let's be honest, kudos to Shakur. He's getting ready to go in there with Kid Austin. We all heard Bernard Hopkins say, hey, this is your opportunity, so to my man Bentley. But let me ask you guys this.
Salute, Bentley.
That
Salute,
being
Sly.
said, hold on 1 second. That being said, I just want to know from everybody, what do you guys think about Bernard Hopkins showing full support against this young phenom, 18-0, 12 knockouts, Kid Austin. What do you guys think about him getting behind the young phenom?
He should be behind him. That's his fighter.
Right.
Why wouldn't you be behind your own fighter? You're supposed to.
Well,
You
Oscar and them beef with their own
if,
fighter.
if you got a fighter that's going into his biggest fight of his career, and he's on your platform, and he's fighting somebody who's not on your platform, you want to give that man all the confidence in the world to go out there and pull out the upset. You're supposed to be behind him. I wish all promoters are behind their fighters the way that you say that Bernard is behind them. I wish all promoters are the same way, especially when they going to fight on somebody else's platform. Get behind him and give him the full support so he can go out there and surprise the world. I mean, if you're not going to get behind him, what's the point of being their promoter if you're not going to be behind him?
Yeah. Well, we saw Oscar De La Hoya have a meltdown with Ryan Garcia. We seen promoters beef with him, but you're right though, Free.
Well,
Bentley, you right. It
I
is the
say
diva
that is
era. Bentley, you're
because
100% right. The diva era.
I think the thing that I'll say is we heard my man Mitch Green, he was on Glad TV, and he told Glad, he said, Don Queen stole all my money, which was to me was so disrespectful. Don King's been nothing but an upstanding man. But he went right at Don King and said, "Hey, Don Queen stole all my money." That's why I was mad. I was never mad at Mike. I was mad about my money. And this is the thing I'm trying to understand. These guys are getting all the money now. So I'm just wondering, what's the excuse now?
You want the answer?
Go ahead.
You want the real answer?
Yes, sir.
Our boxers, I pray nobody that's listening take offense. Our boxers are slaves. Yo, they fighters.
Say it again, GD.
They slaves, yo. Everybody down to get down with whoever, but yo, it's whoever your promoter say.
Right.
Quote unquote. Like, yo, I call them sponsors. They not promoters.
That's a good. I like that term there.
Yo, they slaves.
GB, that's fire.
Yeah.
And you 100% right. These promoters, like I said, especially like Bob Arum, that's why when I get pissed off when I see people like Tio and certain fighters that work for Top Rank, that are sponsored by Top Rank, and they talking about, well, I'm fighting him and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You're not doing nothing because Bob ain't said nothing. You don't dictate nothing at Top Rank, nothing. You get a date and you get some opponents you can pick from, maybe. Well, other than that, Bob tell you what to do. And I used to hate Top Rank until the end. I like them now. Keep them throw them in the ring and make them fight. I'm sick of, like, I don't know. We never gonna get that. Like we probably all the same age, around the same age. We never gonna get the 90s back. And even the early 2000s when Shane and Oscar and Vernon and all them was rumbling. We never gonna get that. Y'all know that, right?
Probably not supposed to get that back.
No,
we're not supposed to get that back.
I don't want it back.
They got to do some, and they are doing them, and it's not satisfying.
Some of them,
it's not satisfactory at all. I mean, overall, man, everybody's get to blame, man. You know what I mean?
Like if Tank go out there and crush and smoke Lamont Roach, I don't give a damn about these Tank haters because I rock with Tank and Devin. So I don't pick a side. I rock with both of them. If Tank go out here and smoke Lamont from Prize, he getting 100% credit. 100%. And I don't want to hear you haters come on here talking crazy.
Do y'all hear who came out against the fight? This is the thing we got to remember. Take away the lipstick and lace. Talking about Oscar freaking De La Hoya is saying, "Hey, Tank, you're the guy. Take this fight. That's fine. But please, before you leave the sport, take some tough fights." And if anybody's qualified to say that, it sure as heck is that boy Oscar De La Hoya, gold medalist. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something funny. If Oscar just had a little bit better of a personality when he was unfortunately going through really bad drug addiction, there wouldn't be a fight for Oscar, because he gave you every fight. He had no business fighting Manny Pacquiao, but he fought him. He had no business fighting Floyd, even though he beat Floyd in some people's opinion. He fought him. So my only thing is this: we cannot forget who's talking. This is Oscar De La Hoya. This ain't no poo putt talking, but
Yes, it
that's
is.
just BVO.
Yes, it,
It's
So
Oscar De
what?
La Hoya.
What you mean,
yes, it
Bentley?
is.
What you mean?
You
I
don't
don't
have to
understand
respect
what you
him,
mean.
Crush, but us boxing fans or
So what?
fans stands for
Yes,
fanatics.
I would give him
Because
credit for
We
being
love
wait a
tough.
Oscar.
minute.
I don't
It
know
is a
about you. I
Listen.
love
tough.
Oscar De La Hoya. Great
Let me
fighter.
say this. Let
Great
me say
fighter.
this. Let me say this in all fairness, right? He's
Go ahead.
human and he got an opinion. That don't mean we supposed to listen to it. Now here's the thing. Y'all still bringing the same nonsense from 2024 into 2025.
Talk,
Stop
Crush,
the
talk.
nonsense. Now tell these dudes to fight Tank. Tell these tough dudes to fight him. It's not the fact that he don't want to fight nobody. Now you got amnesia. You don't smoke no damn bud, do you? So you got amnesia. You forgot that he was going at the Lomachenko and he went into some bull crap. And then things fell apart in the middle and made all things fall apart with Shakur. You gonna say and act like this man ain't trying to do nothing? What are you talking about? I ain't gonna let you
Yeah,
do that, bro. I
yeah.
ain't gonna
Crush,
let you do
talk,
that.
I'm
Crush.
not
Tell them
I'm
tough
not
ass dudes to
discrediting
fight
Tank.
him.
I'm not
No, you
discrediting
is
Tank.
discrediting. Because
I'm
you
gonna
up here
I'm gonna
talking about what Oscar said. I don't give a damn about what Oscar said. Because Oscar don't
this is
think
what
for
I'll
me.
say.
And I ain't
This is
got
what
no
I'll say.
slave mentality, bro, just because
Hold
who
on.
he is. I'm a damn legend, too.
Hey, let's
I
I'm
let's
gonna
got
say
not
this.
no
let's not
history.
forget.
What the
Let me
hell we
address you,
talking
Hold
about
and
up,
up
I'm gonna
here?
open it up.
hey,
Let me
BBO.
address what he's saying, and
Hold
I'm
up,
gonna
BBO.
open it up.
Real quick before you address
What
it,
we talking about,
real
bro?
quick. I got one quick thing to say. Let's
Go ahead.
not forget, Oscar didn't want Ryan to fight Tank Davis. Let's not forget that he didn't want Ryan to
That's a
fight
good,
Tank Davis. He
that's a
knew
good
Ryan
point.
couldn't. He knew Ryan couldn't beat Tank Davis. He was like, "Nah, I don't want you to get in there with him." So let's not forget that.
And that's where
He
the
did
beef started at, probably,
he
when him
did
and
say that, but
Oscar.
let me say this real quick.
Salute,
We trying
Zach
to
B.
grow our
And
channel.
he said it. He
Hold on one
said it.
second. 1 second. We trying to grow our channel, so we ask you guys to please smash the like button. It doesn't
Please.
matter. It doesn't matter the numeral number, but please, if you can, donate to the channel. Like I said, we're looking for 3 appreciations. It don't matter the number. We just want to grow, and you guys grow with us. And I'm gonna just address Crush directly because Crush is my brother and I love him. I'll just say this: I don't understand how easy it's. I don't understand how fans forgot who the F Oscar De La Hoya was. Oscar De La Hoya is one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. That's not me saying it to be funny. That's not me putting 100 on 10. That's a fact. Everybody who ever seen him fight said he was one of the greatest to ever do it. And the thing I'm saying is this: his opinion doesn't matter more than anybody's. I'm just saying this: he let Ryan go do that fight. He didn't have to let
He
Ryan do
ain't
that
let
fight.
Ryan
We
do
see.
nothing. Ryan went
Hold
and
on
did
one
that
second.
on his
Hold on
own.
1 second. Hold on 1 second. He let Ryan do that fight because we seen where Tank didn't get to do certain fights because Floyd said no. Floyd said no to Lomachenko the first time. That wasn't Tank. So I'll say this:
They never
we
said
gotta
nothing
be
to
honest.
Lomachenko. Lomachenko never said
Floyd
that thing.
said.
Never said, don't
Floyd
lie,
said. Hold on.
don't
Let me
lie.
finish.
They never had
Hold
no
on. No, I have no
negotiation because
reason to
Floyd
lie.
wasn't going to do no business with Top Rank. Come on, dude.
Floyd.
Oscar De
Floyd
La,
Now, you
said
want to
this.
go on the
Floyd,
grill or you
listen.
want to
Hold
go
on.
on
Hold
the
on.
up?
Hold
Oscar
on.
De La Hoya,
Hold
hold
on.
up, because he giving credit to Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah,
Oscar
Bentley,
De
I
La
did.
Hoya has been the biggest troll of the last 3 months. You can continue, BVO. He's
And I
been the
say
You
this.
talk
biggest
about what he
troll.
was. What he is now, the
Let me say.
freak.
Hold on. Let
That's
me say
what he
this real
is
quick.
now.
Let me
You
say this
talking
real
about the
quick.
past, bro. I ain't
Salute to my
playing
man
around with you,
Savage. Hold
BBL.
on, salute to my man Savage for that 3-piece. Appreciate you, man. We only need 2 more appreciations and we meet our goal. Appreciate you sending that 3-piece. But I'll say this: I get what you're saying, GD, and I think the thing that Crush is going after me. I'm not saying Oscar's word is end all be all. I'm saying when he's talking, let's
Man, why
not
you
play like
keep
he's just
calling me
some nobody.
GD? Hold on, I'm about to get off. Why you keep calling me GD?
I didn't call you GD.
All right, yo,
Crush.
go ahead, go ahead.
Man, you trying to throw me off. I said Crush, man. I said Crush. I said GP. I say this, GP. What you saying is true, but I guarantee you this: if 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 Tank Davis was moving like Ryan, I'm not talking about the drugs and alcohol. I'm talking about the fighting. Y'all would say he's the greatest thing. Y'all would call him Black Jesus, everything. So let's not play like he's doing it. He's not doing what Ryan and Tio are doing. He's not fighting anybody can get it. Dude, you guys realize that this dude, and I don't support Tio in any way. I always make sure I say that. I don't support him anyway. Teofimo Lopez is about to fight a monster. We're talking about Serbia
What monster?
Matias,
You got
the
the guy that got
boogeyman,
smoked.
the dude
Shout
that
out
beat people
GD.
to death.
GD said Oscar helped Canelo duck Triple G for 2 years before they fought. That's for you, BBO. That's the name of few. Oscar ducked Winky too. He ducked Winky too, buddy. Winky
Hey,
right.
He ain't
Yeah,
duck no
he
Winky.
did. Yeah, he
Stop,
did.
dog.
Everybody
Yo,
ducked Winky
Yeah,
Rico.
he
though.
did. He
Everybody
messed
ducked
up.
Winky, but
Oscar
Go ahead, Crush.
also.
Go ahead.
Man, listen, man. Dig this, bro. We not gonna go through this, my man. It takes two to tango. Ain't nobody saying his damn name, and you know it. They ain't saying his name. They only saying his name to stay relevant. They ain't doing nothing else. We not gonna do that, bro. We not gonna do that. Try that next month, man. We at the beginning of the year, and you starting off with your nonsense, bro. We're not gonna
Listen.
do that to our people. Cause then you
Listen.
know what? You make my job harder in the morning, bro. Cause I got to bring the people back. Because you just tearing everything apart. Now I got to call you Fernando now. I thought I was gonna throw that name in the trash, but you bring it back because you can't help yourself. It's nothing but love, but it's tough love, and I got the licking stick out for you, BBO. We cannot do this. We only in a couple days in a month, bro, in a year. Come on, man. Get the people a break. That's all we ask.
Let's say this. And my man Billy just dropped another nugget on us. He said, "Well, Frank Martin has never been in a tight bout until Tank. Never been a world champion. He only had 2 12-round fights. These are facts. I understand.
And he
Listen,
was
this is
calling
no.
Devin Haney out years ago. And he was calling for
This is
Devin
not.
years ago. And he acts
This is
like
not
he
to
ain't know who he
discredit
is. I
Tank.
ain't trying to hear
This
none
is
of
not
that.
to discredit Tank because I understand
Hold
what
on.
Crush is
Yeah,
doing. Crush
he
is moving the goalposts. It ain't about Tank. It's
but we
about
all
the
ain't
saying
moving
though,
no
mindset
BBO,
goalposts,
of
bro.
the young fighters.
we're on
Dog.
video on camera saying that Tank better fight A, B, and C, and one of them A, B, and C's was Frank Martin. So when he picked Frank Martin, we was like, okay, let's go.
Dog, do y'all
We're all on.
y'all
Me, you, and Free is
y'all,
all up here saying
dog,
he
hold
better
on.
fight these guys, and he fought one of those
Hold on.
guys, and that was Frank Martin.
You are
Hold on 1 second.
absolutely
Hold on.
right, Prize. You
Hold on.
absolutely right.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Y'all do realize Frank was number 2 in the WBA. He might have been number 1.
I know that.
He might have been number 1 at that time. He might have been number 1. And he was number 1 in the WBC. So you act like he fought somebody that was ranked number 15, ranked number 13. He was
Right.
fighting a guy that was ranked number 1 or number 2 in his own sanctioner body. But that's not good enough. So
Not to mention, Free, we all got up here and
he tried
said
to
that
get the Loma
he needs to
fight.
fight one
He
of them
tried to
guys.
get the Loma fight. That fight went out the window when Loma said he needed to spend time with his family. They offered a fight to Shakur. Shakur went and signed with the Zone. He tried to get the Rayo fight. Rayo said he's rematching Pitbull. Come to be alive. And then he ended up settling for daggone Lamont Roach, which Lamont Roach has said if the Tank offer didn't come, he was going to 140 to challenge one of the champions at 140. So y'all act like Tank pulled this man up. He said prior to Tank sending me the offer, I was about to go to 140 and challenge one of the champions at 140.
I get. Let me say this real quick because I want to address what Free said, and I definitely want to address with Prize, and definitely, Crush has been on my helmet today, and so is GP. I don't know why GP
Hold up, but no,
turned his
we ain't
back
heard.
on me.
No, we ain't heard nothing from the Mickey Freaky King. We ain't heard nothing from so, yeah, but go ahead.
CBO, we gonna let him CBO. We gonna do the CBO thing,
No. Go ahead, T Hill. We ain't heard from Chill Hill.
I
Go
gotta
ahead.
get to the air with the captain before I go over there and let the Mac down. So go ahead, Blair.
Negro. Billy talking about T.O. would have demolished. T.O. would have demolished Frank Martin. When have T.O. fought a black fighter?
He knocked out Richard Coleman, didn't he? Isn't he black?
Once again, when did T.O. fight a black fighter?
Yeah, Zach B, you right
Free.
about
He's
that.
black.
You
Richard
right
Coleman
about
is
that.
black, dog. What are you talking about?
Zach
Richard
B, you
Coleman is
right
black.
about that though.
No, when I say black, I'm talking about American fighter. I ain't talking about Africans. talking about
Oh,
American
here
fight.
we go. Here we go.
That's crazy.
Yeah, D3. That's what I'm talking
Here we
about.
go. Shout out. And you know what's so
Yeah.
funny, man? Shout out to Free, because you know what? One thing I love about Free, man, he's
Bentley
almost like a
brutal.
Puerto Rican Tim Duncan. He's
Man, he
always
keep it
consistent.
100.
He always consistent, man. He gonna always say the same stuff he been saying. But I
Yeah.
think we missing this. And GP, I think you missing something, man. I think you missing something. The fact is this: we keep watching these fighters, we keep making excuses. I get it. It's not realistic to fight everybody. You know the fight I would have loved to see Tank fight? People probably laugh at me when I say this. I would have loved to see Tank go to 140 and fight Josh Catterall. That would have been a great
Can,
fight for me.
can I
Jack
say something?
Go ahead.
Catterall.
Can I say something once again? I
Yes,
want
please,
everybody.
bro.
I want everybody that's crapping on Tank Davis fighting Lamar Rose. Will y'all just admit that y'all believe Tank Davis is the best fighter at
I
135?
know, and
Because
just get over it.
I don't
Exactly.
hear none of y'all saying
Exactly.
these same things about Shakur fighting Kid Austin. Kid Austin has never
Exactly.
fought a champion. Kid Austin hasn't been in a main event. I don't hear y'all saying nothing about Kid Austin. But y'all got everything to say about Lamar Rose, who is a champion that fought at 130. And he said the same thing about Frank Martin, who was number 1 and number 2 in his sanctioning body. So will y'all just admit that Tank Davis is the best fighter at 135? And then
And
we
just
can go
get
ahead.
over it.
In 40, they want him to fight. They want him to fight up to 54. Like, God
That's
damn.
crazy. Remember they was threatening to put him in there with Keith Thurman? Even Tank said, man, y'all must think I'm Superman or something out here. You know what I mean? So the guys not, I mean, listen, we got to take it for what it is. The guys at 135, y'all just got to get over it that he's just the best at it. And
He's the
I'm
guy.
grinding
He's
him
the
up.
guy.
I grind him
He's
up. I grind him
he's
up
the
when it
best
needs
fighter
to
at
be.
135.
Right, I grind Tank up
Hands
when it
down.
needs to be, but but right now he's not doing nothing wrong. He's frustrated. You can tell he's frustrated. Do y'all really think he want to fight Lamont? No, and there's no knock on Lamont Roach. I rock with you. Shout out to Lamont Roach. Do you think Crush the Legend? Do you think he really wants to give us this? He don't want to do this, but he has to do something to payday. He has bills. He has a family and daughters, and he gotta and he gotta cook and he gotta stay active. What do y'all want the nigga to do? And now if he goes in there and he fights another one of these
Hold
type
up,
of fights
Rob.
next, all
And
right, I
Crush
get
also,
it.
said
hold up.
no. Crush said no.
Hold up.
This is crazy.
Also, and I smell pussycats. Them dudes is scared, man.
I
Them
don't
dudes is
get it, bro.
scared.
This is a sick
They
Negro.
You
Or
said, Benny, you
and
said
you
brother
what?
and
damn right
brother Zach in the chat said something that was gold. Y'all, we act like they supposed to fight a big name every fight. When you get to like Floyd and you the
Didn't
ticket
Errol do
Canelo,
that?
then you can do
Hold
that.
on. Didn't
No,
Errol do that?
what you
Didn't
mean?
Errol Spence do that?
Do what?
No, he didn't. No, he
Fought
didn't.
everybody
Thank
back to back to back.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he tried to.
No.
He did.
No, he didn't.
No, he
No, he
didn't.
didn't.
He went from Kell Brook, had another fight. Then he fought Sean Porter,
That
beat
was it.
Sean Porter, and then he had to wait. And then he had to wait to get
That was it.
the fight with your boy.
That's not back to back.
That
Yeah,
was it.
But for the most part,
He
go ahead.
fought Kell Brook. He fought Carlos Ocampos. And then he
Mhm.
fought Sean Porter.
Sean Porter.
Then he was out for 16 months because of the
Where
car accident.
did
And
Mikey come in at?
He fought Danny. He fought Danny
Mikey was
Garcia.
first, right?
He fought Mikey after Carlos Ocampo. Yeah, he did
Okay.
fight Mikey.
Mikey's
after
in there
Carlos Ocampo.
somewhere.
And
then he
Mikey
fought-
came
then he
off a
fought Sean.
layoff. Mikey came off a layoff, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey was out for 2 years.
Yeah.
But and then he fought Danny
He wasn't off
Garcia
for 2 years
after
because he
came
had just
back.
beat Adrian Broner. He wasn't off for 2 years.
That's true.
He
That's
took
a fact.
before then. He had just beat Adrian Broner.
After he came back from the car accident,
47.
then he fought
We
Danny
talking about
Garcia.
47.
Then he fought Danny Garcia after he came out of the car accident.
I mean, he
And
did
then
put
he had
together a nice
He had
run.
another long layoff, and then he fought Ugas and had another long layoff, and then he fought Buck Ross.
But that was a pretty nice run though, BVO. I mean, to exclude Earl Spence name from that because that was a hell of a run. Regardless,
Well,
of
what about my favorite fighter, Jamel Charlo? He went in
on
there
a
and
hell
lost.
of a run. Yeah, he went on a hell of a run too.
Beat Rosario Banana, whatever the dude's name, beat him.
So
Then
what I'm asking
go ahead.
is, do you want them to be active or you just want them to get big fights?
I want them to be. I want them. I want. It's
I
kind
want
of tough. I
both.
want them to be active.
Good
I want
question.
them to
That
be
was a
active.
good question. That was
That
a
was a
good
If you want
fire
them to be
question.
So
active,
if that's the
they're
case,
not
you
gonna
know
get.
what?
They're not
That's
gonna
why I
get
thought
all
Jess
the.
Cutter.
No, what
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying is
My bad, bro.
when they being active, they're not gonna get all the biggest names while them being active because it's not gonna work like that. They're not gonna get big names back to back to back to back. And even if they do, once they get all the big names out of the way, who they gonna fight now? They're gonna fight all those guys that y'all said y'all don't care them to see them fight. So why not they sprinkle those guys in between the big names now? Because if you get them all the big names out the way, it ain't nothing left but these guys that y'all don't care to see them fight.
That's a good point because then you had an Andre Ward effect where, you didn't beat everybody and mess up your money. But let me ask
He
you
didn't
guys
mess up
this:
his
what do you?
money. He did fairly well.
No, what I'm saying he didn't mess. When I'm saying he messed up his money, he could have made way more money if those fights were stretched out and were able. One of the Super Six, and this is from a trainer. Me and my brother Bernard Hackett spoke about this. He really should. He really shouldn't have been in the Super Six financially. Legacy was great, but financially he lost bread by being in that Super Six.
He was a
But
young
I'll say,
boy. He was the underdog of the whole tournament, so he had nothing to lose. Plus, he was getting
but
some nice paydays, and then when he started getting belts, his
That's not
life
what he's talking about.
changed
That's not what he's talking about. What he's talking about is he fought the big names that was in
in
his
the
division.
tournament. I get you. I can
All the
dig it.
big names was in that division
Yeah.
that was in that Super Six. All those names was already eliminated. He didn't have to worry about those guys no more because he did the Super Six. He went through the Super Six, got all those names out the way.
I'd have liked
Now
to see him
it's not.
fight Lucian Butte. Seemed like he wasn't
It
trying to
was
see no parts
it
of
was
Andre
nothing.
Ward.
It was nothing left for him to fight. Once you get all the
Except for
big names, that's
Lucian
what I'm saying.
Butte.
When you get
and
all the
I'll
big
say
names
this.
out of the way.
He didn't want to fight Butte.
Let me say this real quick, and this goes into a great thing that happened. We just seen Andre Son of God Ward sign a huge 3-fight, $130 million deal with Riyadh season. What do you guys think about the old man blowing the dust off and trying to come back to the ring?
Is that
Is
real?
he
Where'd you
des-
see that at?
um I seen that on Boxing Source. I don't know if it's official, but I did see that. That's why I said rumor. Rumor to have signed a $130 million deal with Riyadh season.
I don't see
What do
it
you
that
guys
yet.
think something like that will do?
I think it's more of a promotion thing. I think
Um,
him taking them his fighters, or he can line up some things. I think it's a
He got a little budget, GP.
yeah. That's more what I'm thinking. I can't see him back
I
in the
can't
ring.
see him doing and getting in the
No,
ring doing.
it said it was for him to fight. So that's why I said it's
That's
a rumor.
crazy.
That's why I brought it up. It's a rumor.
Well,
It's
I
a
hope
rumor.
that
But
stays a
yeah,
rumor.
because there has been some
I
talk.
believe it's no. I believe it's more than a
Go
rumor.
ahead.
I think it's a blatant lie. I think it's more than a rumor. I think it's a blatant lie. I think Andre Ward will only come back for Canelo. I think
Yeah.
he will only come back
Well,
for Canelo. I don't think
I had
there's no reason for him to come back.
only reason people
Yo, Ward
Maybe he
been
took
out.
a little
can
bit of it
smoke
being only reason people
better
said it
beef.
might be true is because Turkey retweeted the tweet. That's why they saying it might be something to it. That's why I said rumor.
So what he fight?
Because we
Bivol,
all know.
better beef, and
Go ahead.
Canelo.
Everybody kills Ward.
No, negative.
So I'm gonna read
Ward would
this
come
comment
back.
real quick.
Ward would come back and
Oh,
kick all these young boys behinds.
Cap.
no.
Nah, no, he won't.
Yeah.
He
No,
getting
How old
beat
is
back.
How old is Dre? How old is Dre?
He might
Like
he's
42.
like 40
Oh,
something.
yeah,
42,
okay, then.
43.
I don't
He
want to
might
see
be
it then.
he might be a few of he might be majority of them, but he ain't beating all of them. He might be majority of them.
Hey, Free, who he beating?
He'll smoke better
Punching
BF. He'll
bag.
smoke
Hell
Canelo.
no.
Punching bag.
What weight class is he
He's
coming back?
42.
What weight class is he coming back?
He had to be at cruiser by I don't know. Dre in
Yeah,
shape
who
though.
beating him? I want to know who beat. I mean,
No, I,
who is he
I
beating?
gotta look
I'm
that up.
asking what weight class is he coming back
They
at?
were talking about him coming back
75.
You
at
gotta ask
cruiser.
me.
They was actually
75.
coming back at
If he
cruiser.
75.
if he
He
coming
beat
back
Bivol.
at cruiserweight, if he come back at cruiserweight, there's nobody at cruiserweight but Ja Opata.
Andre Ward
at
is
cruiserweight.
Andre Ward will be 41 on February 23rd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he been out the
it's really
ring so
nobody.
long.
Yeah, way too long, GP.
It's really nobody at cruiserweight except for Ja Opata. So he could probably go run through that division because there's really nobody there. So Now
Yeah, you don't
that's
understand that, Zach.
that can
Dude.
happen.
I'm with you.
Hey, but Turkey gonna pay that money for us to see him fight everybody in cruiserweight, and that's not even a popular like.
Yeah,
Who is he fighting?
you're right. No,
That's what I'm saying.
nobody. That would be a waste of money. I don't see that happening at
I don't know.
cruiserweight.
That's why I said rumor. That's why I said. But let me read this
If
comment real
anything,
quick.
he'll
If he
fight at
comes back,
75.
Hold on. Let me read
Go
this
ahead, Free.
comment real
yeah. If
quick.
he
My man Bentley said, "So you mean to tell me Tank moving like this his whole career was because he was gridlocked, or was he moved the way Floyd set him up, cherry picking?"
Oh,
he
come
was
on, man.
moved the
Read
way
Zach
Floyd,
B
he was
comment.
moved the way Floyd set him up. He moved according to who Floyd put him in the ring with, and he told you that. I just
Well,
fought who
that
they put me in the ring with. I didn't ask for no big fight. I just fought who they put. Y'all gotta understand when Tank took that deal that Floyd offered him, the contract that signed with Money Mayweather team. When he took that deal, Tank was coming from nothing. He's not
Right.
asking any questions. He's
He's
fighting
want to
whoever you
rumble
put in front of me.
and get
Floyd
his
said, "I'm
check.
gonna make you a star," and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna follow what you tell me."
The green
If
print,
you
which
was
was the
come,
green print.
if you coming from nothing, and somebody you look at as an icon in the sport of boxing, saying, "Hey, you do what I tell you, I'm gonna make you a star," are you gonna sit here and say, "Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to fight
Nope.
him"? No, you're
You're
gonna
gonna
do exactly
train
what he
and
tell you.
rumble. Train and
You're
rumble.
gonna do
That's your
exactly what he
well,
job.
tell
well
you.
let me say
Exactly.
this
I
real
agree
quick.
with both of y'all.
Let me
Pride
say
and
this real quick.
Free. I agree with both of y'all.
100%.
Because y'all making sense on this, but I do agree with Bentley. Thurman would have beat the daylights out of Errol Spence. Florida avoided Thurman, so he
Stop.
used
No,
Earl as a
we don't
shield.
agree with you. We don't agree
And
with
He
you.
and
ran
and,
No.
from
and
Josecito Lopez
hold
from a body shot, so I don't want to hear that.
on, man.
No,
They did
I
keep
keep
Thurman
telling y'all.
from Earl. He would have hurt. He would have
No,
hurt Earl.
no. Thurman kept Thurman from Earl. Thurman kept Thurman from Earl. No, if I keep telling y'all say these guys would have walked through this guy would have beat him easy. There's nobody giving up easy money. If it's easy, they're gonna take it. They're gonna take it if it's
Right.
easy. Nobody's giving up any easy money.
Free.
No,
Think
the
about
reason
this. When
why
Tank
Floyd,
offered, when
the
Floyd
reason why
offered
Floyd,
him,
hold up.
Free.
The reason why Floyd asked Keith Thurman to fight Earl Spence because they all knew Earl Spence was a monster at that time. If you
Yeah.
can make it past Earl Spence, then yeah, you ready for me because I'm the top dog. So if you make it past him, then you're ready for me. If you can't make it past him, you ain't ready for me. That's the way he did it with Canelo. Canelo made it past Austin Trout. Floyd fought him. So it's not like Floyd never did it before. He did it with Canelo. He said, "You go fight Austin Trout. You beat him, then I'll fight you." He did the same thing to Keith Thurman, and he did it to Sean Porter. You make it past Earl, then I'll fight you. They both said, "Nah, I'm not fighting him."
Keith
You
Thurman
know,
ain't want no
I
parts
want
of Earl Spence.
That was
to
true. That was
clear. I
true.
want to clear something up. I want to clear something up because I hear a lot of goofballs say this, and I want people to know. Salute my man Mike Garner. Um, Tank Davis is one of the most incredible fighters I've seen talent wise. I think the way his IQ, him having a big left hand, his footwork, I think he's terrific. I think what we've seen with him has been nothing short of one of the most talented guys in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best at. Oh, let me say this real quick. He's the best at 135. I don't think there's nobody can beat him. I've been saying that for a long time. The only fight that I ever seen him not want at 135 was against Young Dev. Young Dev called him out a bunch of times. The fight never happened. We know all the issues. But Tank Davis is a tremendous talent in the sport of boxing. I want to get that out in the airways because I hear a lot of lies. They say a lot of
Leave it
bad stuff.
there.
Hold on, let me finish, GP. I'm gonna let you go. I promise. I hear a lot of lies about BVO, saying BVO hates Tank. No, I love Tank. Tank is a great fighter. Does a great thing for his community. If you need me to say that every time I send a critique, I'll do that. But let's
No, you
just
don't
be
gotta do
honest here.
that.
Let's just be honest here. Because he's who he is, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I would have loved to see him go to 140 and fight Josh Catterall. I would have loved to see him go to
Oh, like,
140 and
what
fight
is it with this Josh Catterall
Jermaine
thing?
Ortiz. Hold on. Jermaine Ortiz. I'm not saying he has to have a big fight every time. All I'm saying is after we get Lamont Roach, I want to see some big fights. It's just that's it.
You're gonna
Lamont
get the
Roach is
big
fine.
fights.
Why couldn't you leave it there though?
Go ahead.
Like
Go ahead.
why couldn't you leave it there? Like until you see something different. Like that, yo, he is. You absolutely right. He's very talented. He's very
For sure.
Leave it there. Leave it there until you see different. Until you see some flaws. You can't even tell me a flaw that the kid got.
Nah, he really don't. To me,
No, let me ask you a question.
He's short.
Let me ask you a question.
He's super short.
You do
Manny
know
Pacquiao super short.
You do
He
know
wasn't that
Sugar
short.
Ray. Hold up.
What?
Look, listen. Manny Pacquiao is the same height as Tank Davis.
Right.
But
Everybody saying they like 5'5".
No, he was. I don't think Tank is no 5'5". I don't think so.
I don't care what you think. I'm telling you that
You don't gotta care what I think, but I've seen people
I
stand
don't
next to
care. I'm
him.
telling you
I'm
that
gonna
the
send
same
you a
height.
That's
picture.
barely
He's
five,
5'5".
five.
I'm gonna send you a
Hold up.
picture. He's 5'5".
Listen, I saw Tank Davis stand next to Pacquiao. They're the same height. I saw him stand next to Pacquiao. They're the same height.
It's a picture
I'm
on the
gonna
internet
send
of
him
them.
a picture. I'm gonna send
Yeah,
him
it's a picture of them on, and I was like, damn,
He's 5'5".
Pacquiao just frame is wider. You know, like his
They're
calf
the same
muscles.
height.
They didn't have, as far as height wise, yeah, but Pacquiao definitely is more solid. Like
Manny
his legs and stuff.
Pacquiao, Tank Davis, and Monte Inoue are all three the same height. They're
Yeah.
all the same height.
Yeah,
They're all of them the same height.
that's a fact. They're around the
I
same
thought
height.
Tank
to be
looks
fair.
like a closer to 5'3".
Stand directly side by side. Manny Pacquiao, they are the same height. I saw them stand side by side.
Send a picture in our personal chat.
I'm
They're out there.
I'm 5'7". I'm 5'7". I stood right next to him and my son. My son and him almost the same height. I'm gonna send it to you, BVO.
I said
Okay.
I got pictures with Cool Boy Steph and Danny Garcia, and I was taller than both of them, and I'm like, I was shocked at that. I was like, I'm not a tall guy at all.
Yeah, but
But you're
no,
about
but
I can only
5'6" though,
imagine
right?
how short Tank was.
let me ask y'all this.
You see how Puffy
Y'all
picked
do
him
know
up
how
off
many-
his feet?
Y'all know how many fights Sugar Ray Leonard had?
Shoot, man, and I don't
Not
off the top
very
of my
many.
head.
About 40 or
It
something.
was
40 or so.
50.
he had like almost I think almost 60 fights. He had almost 60 fights.
That many short? Let me look it up.
Yeah, almost 60 fights.
Shout out my guy Ray Leonard, man. That's my dude.
That sounds like too much for him as inactive as he was.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
I say he
Yeah,
had
that sound
50
like way
fights.
too many fights for him. Yeah, he was 40-3. He won 40 fights, so he had 44 fights. Yeah, 60 is way too much. He was super inactive. He was super inactive.
He took a hiatus. He took a hiatus a couple
40
times.
He had 43 fights. So
Yeah.
he had 43 fights. How many of those fights were big name fighters?
Let me look and see. I can pull up his professional career real quick.
I got his record right now.
Okay. We'll name his first from 15 to 20. That'll
No.
let us.
He had Roberto Duran, Thomas Hitman Hearns, Hagler early in his career.
Yeah.
Well, Hagler wasn't early in his career, but
Hagler was when he was in his 30s.
Yeah. So Tommy Hitman Hearns, Roberto Duran, Hagler, and then at the end of his career, he had daggone Terry Norris and Hector Camacho.
Terry Norris beat him up.
Yeah, they beat him up bad.
Out of those 40-something fights, he only had 5 names on his resume.
Nah, there's some guys on the resume that was pretty solid. But yeah, as far as big names, you right about that. 5.
No, I mean he had some solid guys on his resume, but I'm talking about names.
And he made terrible Terry
Did
Norris.
he beat that guy from the Bronx?
I'm sorry.
What's the guy's name from the Bronx?
I was looking at Hitman Hearns. Hitman Hearns had 66 fights. I was looking at Hitman Hearns.
Yeah, now Hitman been in some rumbles. Yeah.
Now when you
because I just knew
Leonard
was Leonard was very inactive. That's why I knew that wasn't the case because he had fought a lot. Him and Jack Johnson.
No, I was looking at Hearns' resume. That's why. But
I'm letting the fans know. I'm letting the fans know. Him and Jack Johnson were two great fighters who did not fight a lot for their time. So
Now,
Jack Johnson, who was in the early 1900s, he didn't fight a lot. He only had about 50 fights, maybe. And Leonard had 43 fights. But the key was they would miss a lot of time. But
no,
I'll
but
say
when
this.
you look at Hearns roughly have about the same amount of names. He has roughly about 6 names that's notable names. He had Leonard, he had Hagler, he had Roberto, he had Benitez, he had who else he had on? He had Iran Barkley.
Yeah.
Savage.
And Virgil Hill. That's roughly it.
Virgil Hill was the talented
notable
guy.
names. But he had what, 66 fights or 63 fights, something like that. 66. He had 66 fights. He only had 6 names. But these guys are legends, icons.
Right.
But y'all complain about Tank Davis.
Yeah.
Well, how many did it? Oh, you look up a guy named Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr.
I just want to see the bull rumble somebody, man. You know, we just tired of
You look
seeing
him up
Tank.
for me, free.
We want to see Tank put the we want to see everything on his tube kit.
I want to see if you can look up a guy named Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. and see how many people he fought.
Oh, I know Floyd got names on his resume. I know Floyd got names. But I'm talking about the legends and the icons that we praise all the time. That we talk about the 4 kings. Well, these guys are not being like the 4 kings. Well, technically they are, because these guys ain't fight a lot of notable names. I'm not saying they didn't fight good people. I'm talking about notable names. We only talking about the notable names that you want these guys to fight. And like I said, when we wanted these guys to fight these notable names, it didn't happen when we wanted them to fight. It happened eventually. It didn't happen when we wanted it, but eventually it happened. So y'all gotta pump y'all brakes. Wait till the career's over, and then you could criticize how that man's career was. The man is still in his career.
I saw that Zach B. He was a little bit taller. I saw that video.
Yeah, check that.
Y'all all up in arms with a man
just a little bit smaller.
Ain't even over.
No, y'all right. That's what I was saying. I think Tank is close to the 5'4", maybe 5'3".
Yeah, he was a little bit smaller than Pacquiao.
He's a little smaller than Manny, and Manny might be 5'5".
But Manny, don't get it wrong though. Manny's a little wider though, BVO. Like as far as like his frame, you know what I'm saying?
He just got a bigger. He got a bigger frame. That's all. Tank got a little petite frame. But that's okay. And my man, he just sent me a picture. Yeah, Tank is about 5'4". He about 5'4". Yeah, he about 5'4".
He's tall. No, I mean, whether it's 5'4", 5'5", I say he's
Pac
more
might
like
be
5'6",
5'5",
I say
5'5".
he's more like 5'5", because I saw him look eye to eye with daggone Rolly Romero. I saw him look eye to eye with Lamont Roach. I seen him look eye to eye with Hector Garcia, and all those guys supposed to be like 5'7", 5'8". And I seen him looking eye to eye to those guys.
Yeah, he wasn't too much off on them guys.
But he be in them Air Forces too, man. But shout out to my man GP. It is son. I know his son used to box, man. He had like some type of rag on. Was it a green rag you had on? But I see what you're saying. Because I think my man GP is an Eagles fan.
Funny as shit.
You had that rag on. I don't know why you had that rag on.
No, what I'm saying,
take that jersey and burn it.
Those guys, they fought champions and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, a lot of those guys on their resume are not notable names. They're not notable names. There are some champions on their resume, and there's some good fighters on their resume. But far as notable names, the guys that we wanted them to fight at that time, there's not a lot of those guys on there. But those guys still get praises because at the end of their career, they did fight those guys. By the end of their career, they did fight those guys. I mean, you can go look at Roy Jones' resume. There's not a whole lot of guys on there that you know. He fought a lot of guys.
His resume is disgusting.
It ain't disgusting, but
Tyson.
No, it's disgusting, man. Stop telling the fans, tell the fans the
Man,
truth.
look at
He was just
daggone,
so
look
much
at Mike
better than
Tyson.
everybody.
Go look at Mike Tyson resume.
Tyson,
Mike
my
Tyson
guy.
resume is
Yo,
Mike
talk to
Tyson
him
resume
free.
is horrible.
Free. Talk to him free.
Yeah.
Well,
Mike
Free, have you
Tyson's
ever heard
resume
of a
is
guy
horrible,
named?
dog.
Yo,
Hold
Wilder
on, have you ever heard of a
42,
guy named Cassius Marcellus Clay
42 and 1. 42 and
Jr.?
1.
Did you ever heard of him? Can you look at his resume?
Can we give Wilder some credit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
42
tell
and
you
1.
all this. I'm gonna tell you this, and this is the fact. I get what you're
20
saying, Free.
knockouts
You
in first round.
Free,
That's hard to
Free
do.
and GP make a great point. This is the thing I'm telling you, Free, and you got to hear us as fans. His talent is too big, bro, for him
That's
not
why
to fight the best.
that's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all are fans. Y'all are fans. And fans is short for fanatic. That's what the problem is. Y'all
Yeah.
are fans. Become a supporter and stop being a fan.
Yeah, that's
Be
a
a supporter
difference.
and not be a fan.
Being a
If you're
supporter and a
if-
fan
if
is two
you're a
different
supporter
things.
and not a fan,
Free,
if you're a supporter and not a fan, you will be much happier with the sport. You'll be much happier.
Well, I'm
But
a fan
because
of
you
Mike
are a
Tyson.
fan,
I'm a fan
you're
of Earl
upset.
Spence. I'm
That's
a
the
fan
problem.
of Terrence Crawford. I'm a fan of Tank. I'm a fan of Devin Haney. I'm
I
a
see my
fan
I'm
man
not
of
a
Prize
fan
get
of
his
I'm
monkey
not a
down
fan
on
of none of
today.
those guys.
Run
I'm a
them down.
Nah, I'm
supporter
just
of
keeping
those
it a
guys.
bean. Them my guys I rock with. Wilder,
No, I said every time
And that's
Free
why
talk,
Shakur.
you
that's
Go
why
a
y'all
minute.
be so
Surprise
upset
my guy
when y'all
too.
don't get things that y'all want because y'all are fans. I'm a
Yeah.
supporter. I'm a supporter
Yeah.
for the sport of boxing. If it's something that I don't like, I won't support it. If it's something that I want to
That's
see,
true
I'm gonna
too.
support it.
I won't either, Free.
That's
But
a
I'm just saying, I
slick way
rock
to
with
say
them.
I'm a
I just rock with them young brothers. You can call me a fan. You can call me a supporter.
yeah.
I just know I rock with them brothers, and I want them to all
That's
get
I'll
rich
say this.
and
I'll
win.
say this. I'll say this,
Hey,
Mike
Prize,
Garner.
that's a slick way to say that. Yo, I'm a fan. Like it's cool.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
nothing
cool with
wrong
it.
with being a fan, or I
We
mean,
fan.
I'm a fan of Earl and Bud.
everybody.
I wanted them to
Listen, let me
fight
say this
though.
real quick. Hold on, let me say this real quick. Everybody's too cool for school. I don't care what people think. I'm a fan of Michael Jackson. I'm a fan of Muhammad Ali. I'm a fan of Tank Davis. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
I ain't saying nothing wrong with it.
I'll pay a lot. I'll pay a lot of money to see Tank's fights. I paid quite a bit of money to see a bunch of guys fight. But my whole thing
Hold
is
on.
this. Salute to my man
Hold on.
B3 pulling
You
up.
say you
But I'm gonna
you say you paid quite a bit of money to see Tank Davis fight.
yeah.
So that
I'm
means you
talking about
wanted
over
to
the
see what
years.
y'all wanted to see the fights that he fought then.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to see the fights
Oh,
that
we
he
gonna
fought.
pay the money, Free. You know that. You being slick. I
So
see you trying to
if
be
you
slick.
paying to see them fight, then you wanted to see it.
I
don't see you
definitely
going
wanted to
the-
see it.
I don't see you going to the movie to watch Den of Thieves 2, and you watching daggone X-Men. No, you want to see Den of Thieves 2. You're not gonna go and pay for a movie and they show you something else. They show you daggone Sonic 3. You be like, hold up, now I ain't pay for no daggone Sonic 3.
Hey,
you
but
wanted
that
to see
Sonic
it.
movie is good, though. I say
It
that.
is fire
You
Well,
though.
let me
wanted to
read this
see it.
comment real quick. My man Zach B said, I think it's a Zacchaeus. Is that what you say? Zacchaeus? I'm not sure. He said all them dudes are bigger than Tank, but I understand Tank gets it because he's so good. I'm from B-more, so I'm a little biased when it comes to Tank, but definitely want him to fight those guys. He said, okay, BBO. I mean, you absolutely right, Mike Garner. You all right, Devin. And I'm gonna tell you this. I love Devin, but it's so hard to support Bill because Bill lies all day. I mean, it's almost impossible
No,
to
it's
support Devin.
nothing wrong.
I don't
with
really care about
one of
Bill.
the
All I
guys.
care about is Devin, because Devin is the fighter.
It's
The
nothing.
nigga ain't
It's
talked in
nothing
6
wrong
months,
with.
bro.
See, it's nothing wrong with wanting Tank Davis to fight the big names. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start trashing other fighters, then you're trashing the sport. And if you want the sport to grow, you shouldn't be trashing the fighter, especially when the fighter is not a bad fighter. Now I could see if he was fighting somebody who was daggone 26 and 93, then you'd be like, man, what the hell?
Damn.
Why are you giving me this? I don't want to see this.
At 30, at
Hold
35,
on, that's not true.
Hold
That's not
hold
true.
on, BBL.
Go ahead.
At 35 and 40, who can beat Tank? He's going to wipe him.
At 40, it's a couple guys.
Who?
It's a couple guys at 40.
Who?
Tiafimo. for sure.
We'll wait.
And
No,
No,
we'll wait.
no,
We'll
and I
nope.
wait.
think Devin Haney
Come on, yo. Actually,
at
they
40.
47 fight. They 47 fighters, but ain't nobody. And he wiped them too. Ain't nobody
No,
at
Tio
40.
ain't no 47 fighter. Now Tio is itty bitty, bro.
Ain't that the dude that was calling out Boots?
Well, he about to
Yeah, he
fight at
stopped
40. He
GP,
Boots.
they
about to
He
don't
fight
stopped.
GP, they
Matias.
don't believe you, bro.
He
I think
stopped
he's
Boots
about to
though.
fight Matias.
Ain't
I'm
that the
not sure
dude
if the
that
fight
was
is actually
trying to
signed.
call out Boots?
Yeah, he called out Boots,
Yeah,
but I think he's
That's
Boots
about to
ducked
crazy.
fight
him. Boots
Matias.
ducked. Boots
He
ducked
ain't
him.
duck
Come
that
on.
boy.
Boots,
Ain't
Boots
nobody
did the
at
Boots
right
put his
thing by
Wagner
35
not
Timbs
taking
on the
that
left.
fight.
or 40. Ain't nobody at 35 or 40 that can see the young boy. And I ain't saying
Man,
it is
Tio was
Hank.
watching him. GP, stop,
Hold
That's
on.
stop.
how
He
I
don't
BBO,
feel.
need to
That's
get
how
into
I
BBO,
that.
feel, GP. I feel like
BBO.
from 35 to 40, Tank beats them all, but I will do want to see him fight Devin. I think his styles make fights. I do want to see him fight Shakur.
Can
And
I ask you a question,
I don't
BBO?
mind
Can
if
I
he
ask
wants
you?
to fight Tio and
Can
throw
I? Can,
Tio in there. I don't mind. But I want
can
to see him
I?
fight them two guys.
Can
That's the
I ask
only
you a
problem I
question?
got with
I want
GP.
to
They
say
be
Hold up.
acting like Tank don't even got to take the fights.
Hold
I
up.
want to say it too.
Hold up,
Prize,
Bob.
I want to say it too. Oh,
Hold up.
who that
Let me.
B3?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
already know.
B3. Let me ask
Yeah, I
BBO a
want
question
to
real
say it
quick.
too, but go
Let me
ahead, go
ask
ahead.
BBO a question real quick. You said Jerron Boots and his duck
I
Tio.
don't even know
Tio's
why
at
you entertaining that,
no.
Free.
Hold
But
up.
go
Hold
ahead.
up. Hold up. Jerron Boots and his duck Tio because Tio's at 140. He called him out. So if you saying that, so what you saying is if Earl wouldn't have fought Mikey, he was ducking Mikey.
Mikey
I think
was
that was
what?
like,
When he 2 weights down at
Mikey
135?
was
Yeah, he
at
was 2 weights
140.
down.
Mike was at
Oh,
140.
he was at 140.
He
My
was
bad.
at
Right, he
his
was at
best
yeah,
at
140.
because you remember he
140.
had dropped his belt because Devin was on his ass years before
He
that.
was the
He was
best
at
at
Keep going,
140.
140.
BBL.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I was only reason I say that is because I think that Tio actually has a chance. I knew Mikey was too small for Errol, so that's why
No,
I
no,
feel
you
that
can-
way.
you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah,
That's the problem with y'all. Y'all be wanting to have
That
y'all
man
cake
root
and
for
eat
his
it too.
best.
No, you can't have it both ways.
You know he
You can't
wanted
have it
DJ
both ways.
his soul root for T.O. So let that man go on and root for T.O. I want T.O. to hop his ass up in the ring too because he been talking all that monkey talk, banana talk, all that good talk.
He
So
don't
I was
deserve no
saying,
big name like
and I'm
that.
not one of them Tank fans that say, oh, he should be confined to 130, 135. Nah, he could take his ass to 47 and whoop ass. I
No,
believe
he even
that much.
got to move up. He don't even have to move up. He might
He
not
don't
make
need
it out the
to. He
ring.
can.
He might not make it out the ring with a dude like Ryan. Like, what are we talking about? Like, T.O. might not make it out the ring with Ryan.
Ryan a drug cheat, bro. You wouldn't say that before he
Oh
whooped
my
Devin
God.
ass.
Come on, B.
You
Yeah,
know what
because
I'm
you
just
know
saying?
Yo,
You
why?
wouldn't
B,
You
be.
know
Hold on,
stop,
hold
why?
on, hold on,
yo.
hold on. Nah,
Stop,
hold on. Let me
B.
just say this,
Because
Prize.
I seen Rolly Romero
Let him
do
get in there,
Ryan
Prize. Pause.
greasy
Let
in
him get in there,
sparring.
Prize.
No, you can y'all you shoot. I just want to say to GP, you wouldn't be saying that before Ryan beat the hell out of Devin.
No, I've been saying what Ryan was before
To
the
do the
Devin fight.
TO?
Before the Devin fight, I've been saying what Ryan was.
No, I'm just
Fair,
talking about you were
Hey,
saying
fair
that
Mike
you
enough.
Garner,
thought Ryan was
Mike
gonna beat
G,
up
hold on.
TO.
Mike Gardner is in the he in the building, he in the chat. Have I not been saying what Ryan was?
I know you like
Or,
Ryan GP. I
no, I
understand
don't
that.
like Ryan. I don't like him. I like fighting. I watch
Right.
two flies fight. Like,
Nah,
yo, come on. Hey,
I just
Mike
threw that
G,
out. Nah, I
am
just
I
threw that out
lying?
there because I know
Am
you
I
like
lying?
Tank and Tank love Ryan.
Am I lying? But no, go ahead. I don't want
No,
to.
I know you was supportive and you seen the power in Ryan. I just didn't know you had him beating Tio. I think a lot of people have putting Ryan on a pedestal because what he did to Devin, but styles make fights, and maybe Ryan would clean up Tio, but then again, I mean, he's never been a champion, so a lot of things we're predicating on for him in fights that he wasn't being tested. Of course, he was cleaning people up like Luke Campbell, Duarte, all these guys. He was cleaning them with one punches, not getting tested. And then, of course, we seen what happened with Devin. This dude got to be on an even playing field. If I was T.O., I would make him do 6 months of testing before I stepped in the ring with Ryan. Mm.
Man, Ryan got uh 20 knockouts. Like, yo, been doing it. That left hand is serious. Like, yo, that shit is serious. Devin
Yeah,
just couldn't catch.
it's unnatural though. That's what I'm telling you.
No, it is net. I guess Oscar.
Name another Hispanic fighter that you know with one punch knockout power like Ryan. Just give me one.
Another Hispanic?
With one punch knockout power like Ryan that's been stopping people with one punch. I ain't talking about hands of stone and
You
you
talk.
beating people up for 15 rounds. I'm talking about one punch
You talking
cleaning
about? You
dudes.
talking about? You talking about all time?
I'm talking about like Deontay Wilder. Ryan, that's what I'm saying. People not understanding. Ryan
Are you talking?
Garcia ended Luke Campbell's career with a body shot.
Dog, are you talking about? Are you talking about all times, or you talking about right
Yes,
now?
absolutely.
Salvador Sanchez had one punch knockout power.
Okay, well, I'll give you Salvador Sanchez. Who
Well,
name
look how
name? Give
far
me
you
one
gotta
more.
go back.
Give me another one.
Let me think. I'm trying to think of all the Latin fighters.
How about
Let's see.
Ryan is just special? How about that?
I hope so, bro. But I mean, he tested positive, so how we know?
That
How you
Oscar
know if he if he
He
quit in a
always come
tank
up
fight?
here with that
Hold on.
controversy.
If he quit in a tank fight, and we know he had 6 months of testings in there because Leonard Ellaby stuff buttoned up. So he quit there. Then he tested
Uh-huh.
positive for Devin. Those are the only 2 fights he ever been tested. How you know that he's a clean fighter? He tested positive and then he quit on the 2 fights that he tested for. And then all these other fights, he's knocking people out with one punch.
Canelo Alvarez had one punch knockout power prior to him getting old.
He was on clenbuterol.
No, he wasn't.
Hey, yo, what's
For all
wrong
we know, he wasn't tested before Triple G.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was tested.
I say, hey, BBO, I ain't mean to ruin the show with my racistness, but but no, but seriously, I be wanting to put that out there because y'all guys,
I give
y'all know
you
the
another
sport.
one. I give you another one.
Go ahead,
Bam
D.
Rodriguez. Bam Rodriguez.
Bam,
One
yep,
punch knockout
bam,
power.
yeah. Well, one punch though.
Yes. You did. Have you watched his
Okay, I
last
mean,
fight? He slapped that dude with one punch.
Y'all gotta let my
yeah, but
man.
that was lower. That was a lower
Y'all gotta
level
let
guy.
my
But I got you.
man
You're right though. You definitely strong.
See, Oscarine and Nandrolone, is it called how do you say that? What is it, Nandrolone?
Hey, only thing you need to be saying, T Hill, is Bionic Man.
Okay, well, he had a bionic left and a bionic right, and that's what really got your boy Devin out of sight, bro. You know, I don't know why y'all keep coming with this thing, Oscarine and what's her name, because the Oscarine was the left hook, the Nandrolone was a right, straight right. And that's the only thing he need to worry about, because he was winning the fight other than those 2 punches.
Talk to him.
Yeah, my homeboy, he put me on. My homeboy, he was talking to me the other
Ain't
day. He was telling me,
nobody eating out there.
he said if they fight again and Ryan whipped Devin ass, he said I better not say not another motherfucking thing about that.
Hey, salute to my man Clarence. I want to say salam alaikum. And Clarence, please, man, send me my final calls, man. I haven't gotten them. What you're doing is wrong. I'm gonna send a letter to Chicago, man, to the council if you don't get my papers to me, man. Salute to my man Clarence, though.
Hey, but T here, my whole point is this. I think it's a game of inches. I think it's the fight game is a game of inches. I don't think Ryan on any night
That's everything.
on an even playing field would be that much further past Devin.
Let me answer Bentley's question real quick. He said, "Who did Tank Davis?" Since I called Tank Davis a 5-time champion, who did Tank Davis beat for those 5 titles? He beat Jose Pedraza, Leon Walsh, Leo Santa Cruz. He beat Gamboa, and he beat Mario Barrio. 5
No, I
times.
thought Leon Walsh was just a defense, Free.
Leon Walsh was for the IBF. It would have
Yes,
been a
he did.
unification, but Tank came in overweight, so yeah, he dropped his belt.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I thought that one. I thought that was his first defense out there. I didn't know that was for Leon Walsh wasn't no champ. Leon Walsh wasn't no champ.
And Leon Walsh had the IBF.
Hey, Free, how many of them is Hall of Famers?
On Tank resume?
We don't know. We don't
No.
know.
Leo Santa Cruz definitely is a Hall of Famer.
I would guess Leo Santa Cruz,
built up by Al.
I would guess Leo Santa Cruz, but we don't know because we don't know what the Hall of Fame qualifications are.
Okay.
That's why I keep saying I don't know if Devin is going to the Hall of Fame because I don't know what their qualifications are. Everybody keeps saying, well, he's undisputed. Well, there's 2 undisputed champions that never made it to the Hall of Fame.
This is true.
I'm gonna just say this real quick. If Leon Walsh, he was never champ, and that fight was for Tank's belt. That was his first defense after Pedraza. So Liam Walsh never been champ.
Pedraza had the IBF. Or you did have the IBF.
Yeah,
Pedraza had the IBF.
I'm looking
so
now. I'm trying to see
other
because I
guy
call
that
him a
he
5-time champ too. I'm looking right now. I'm trying to call it out
the
too.
other belt he had,
Because I know he
that
beat.
was
We
for-
gonna give him Isak, Mario, Pedraza. That's 3. He got the vacant with Gamboa. That's 4. Now I know he lost 1 belt on. They had some. It's some bullshit with the WBA regular with the. So it was kind of some controversy. Who was the super champ? Who was the Reggie champ? After what's the guy's name that moved up? It was like Alberto Machado had it at one point. It was changing hands. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta call him a 4-time champ. All we really got is Pedraza, Gamboa, Barrios, and then Leo Santa Cruz. Those four wins was against champs or in championship fights. Everybody else, he was doing title defenses.
Let me see. That wasn't a title. That wasn't Mario Barrio. That was for Mario Barrio's belt. Leo Santa Cruz, that was for his belt. They say they don't even have all the championship belts up here. The only one
they messed up and took the WBA. They took the WBA out.
But I'm gonna say
all you see is the IBF.
So, and this is how you got to do it, Free. I be having to go and look at the opponent and look at who they fought before Tank, just to see if they had a belt or fought for a 12 round or even fought for a belt. So that's how I know it was really only 4 guys. So he's really 4-time 3 divisions. No, 4-time 3 divisions.
Let's see.
But I mean, people call Rolly a 2-time champ, so we gonna call Tank a 5-time champ.
Why they don't have the WBA in here? They don't have the WBA in BoxRec no more.
Yeah, they took it out. Yup.
Damn, why the fuck they don't have the WBA in here?
Yeah, they took it out. I don't know. I guess it was some controversy. Somebody said Turkey was trying to buy BoxRec, and it was some controversy with BoxRec and WBA and Turkey.
That's fucked up. Cause I gotta go back and go through all these people to find out who had what belt and all this dumb shit. This some bullshit.
It ain't gonna happen, that ain't gonna work, bro. It's gonna be too much. Like, you gonna have to really go to the WBA website and go to the year and the different months to see who was the champion and then who lost the belt, who got the belt. But I mean, if you got the dates, you can take the time to do it. But it's kind of whack that they took the WBA off of BoxRec. That's crazy.
Yeah, they called Tank Davis 5-time champion multiple times.
Yeah, I think it's because because he lost his belt on the scale or something like that, and then they probably put like a WBA on the line. So he more than likely the Jesus Cuellar fight. Let me just check who the Jesus Cuellar fight before Tank. He fought Abner Mares. Okay, bet. He lost to Abner Mares in a 12-rounder. So I mean, of course he couldn't have been champ. Damn.
No, this some bullshit because these niggas don't even have the daggone IBF. I mean the WBA in here.
Yeah, they took the WBA, so it's kind of difficult to know. But
you don't even see when Tank Davis won the belt won the vacant belt with Gamboa. You don't see when Tank Davis beat Mario Barrio for his belt.
Yep.
You
or
don't
Leo
see when
Santa Cruz.
Tank Davis beat the Leo Santa Cruz. Damn.
Or none of his defenses. None of them.
Yeah, I'm sitting here.
So maybe
championship
that is T Hill. You think that might be some Tank hate?
Absolutely.
Because why would they? Because that's the person. Because no, seriously though, like because Tank has we back Al. It's a WBA. It's Al Heyman and PBC works well with them. Tank Davis always have a WBA title, and when we're doing research in these things and people's accolades, when you
That's
don't
why
see a belt under Tank, that's gonna confuse the people.
we gotta pay attention to when they say a belt is regular,
He said,
a
no,
golden.
it's no
They don't
such
got the
thing as
super
a
or the
regular
regular on
belt.
this.
It's no such thing as a regular belt. People
I
made that
agree.
name
I
up.
agree. I agree.
People made that name up because on the belt it says WBA World Champion. It says WBA World Champion,
I
and
Well,
agree.
he's the only
well,
one.
this is what I gotta
And
say
he's the
about that,
only one
Free.
that fight. He's the only one that fights the mandatory. The WBA Super doesn't fight any mandatory. The WBA Super is the only belt that doesn't fight any mandatory because the WBO Super fights mandatories,
Oh
and the
Yeah,
wow.
but
IBF
with
don't
the
even have a Super.
but
Wow.
see the major difference is that the super belt allows you to unify the titles. So
Yeah, the
once
Super
so
belt
so you
is
can't hold on. So you can with the regular, if there's not a super champion, they will elevate you or they'll just call you the WBA champion and then you will unify. But I think they do it in a sense if there's a log jam, if there's somebody that has the super champion belt, like Loma had the super champion belt while Tank had the regular belt.
yeah. I mean the thing is the super. Well, actually, they brought the super belt into existence for Loma because the super wasn't at 135 for 8 years.
Oh, all right, so let me ask you this: Who had the? Wow, they
Jorge
ain't gonna be able to
Linares.
find this out now.
Jorge Linares was the regular champion, and then when he was
WBA,
fighting
yeah,
Loma Cinco, they put the super on the line.
yeah.
Jorge Linares was never the super champion. He was just quote unquote the regular champion.
Well, I gotta look at the timeline because shortly after that, Tank had fought Gamboa for the regular belt. So they kind of I guess brought that into existence because they did the super title for Loma. So so they could keep that separation. But I wonder if
Because the
if
only
if Tank was in
because
position to fight Linares and they
I'm
had
gonna
to
I'm
do
gonna tell
that.
you another reason. I'm gonna tell you another reason why I don't call it a regular belt. It's the world champion because the only belt that goes away is the super. The quote unquote regular belt doesn't go away. Only the super goes away.
I get it depends on who vacate, right? I mean, I guess the regular champion, they not gonna
Yeah,
vacate, you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Because they not
like
getting the
let's say,
opportunity. But I see what
yeah,
you're saying,
let's
you
say,
right.
yeah, let's say like with when Devin vacated the belts, the super went away. The quote unquote regular belt is still there.
Which one?
The the WBA, the super went away. The
Oh yeah,
quote
you're right.
unquote
And
regular
Tank,
belt
yep,
is still there.
right.
So that's
They
why
just
I don't
removed the
call
super.
it.
The super champion left. Like I see what you're saying because that's the distinction that the WBA do. They call it the WBA regular champion. Or the W. Oh, well, my bad. Excuse me. They had that distinction when the super is there, but they remove regular and super once there's only one champion or one recognized face in the division. The
Well,
WBA
I
is
mean,
real crafty how they did that, and they was able to get dual sanctioning fees. That's why they got in trouble, and then people said they had to relinquish some of these belts.
yeah, because the belt that Tank Davis always owned, it always say WBA super. I mean, a WBA world champion.
Yeah,
It
that's all they
never
need to
says.
say.
Yeah, even when
Yep.
even when he was the super champion, it never said super. It just
But
say
did but
world
does
champion.
Devon's belt say super champion?
Devin's belt?
Yeah.
No,
So they
no.
all say this. So they all just
No,
say world
Devin
champion.
Devin had all the Devin
Yeah,
had
it
all
always
the
say they
titles.
all say world champion.
Yeah,
All
Yeah,
of the
no,
he
no.
had
belts
So
say
none of
world
them
Devin
don't
had
have
champion.
that
all the
distinction on them.
The only
Okay.
time that it changed the name or they add another name to it when it's the interim title. All of them say,
Right. Yeah.
even the WBO, it just say WBO world champion. It doesn't say super on there. It's
Right.
just
Yeah,
a
that makes sense.
designation
right.
that they give you.
Devin had all the major belts. Devin
But
had all the
here's the key thing that what people don't realize, and y'all's point is that Tank would have had to take less money, but that is the majority consensus on like having an interim title, which the regular is really the interim. The interim is supposed to have an opportunity to challenge the champion. That's why the WBC, so the regular belt, you're supposed to have the opportunity to challenge the champion. The WBA, that's why they was getting in trouble because they weren't allowing the regular to challenge, you see what I'm saying,
There you go.
to condense the belts. So I mean, ultimately, I mean, these guys, they in a, I mean, They getting money hand over fist.
Yeah, WBC bullshit. They
Yeah.
what was the white belt that Loma and
The
Canelo
the
had
franchise.
franchise? Like WBC is full of it, but
Yeah. Yeah, they incorporated the franchise in order, the interim, like, cause then Devin had to get the world title. You see how many belts they created? They did an interim. Devin was the interim. Then he had to get elevated to the world champion because the world champion wanted to unify. So the world champion took another title, just another designation. But like y'all saying, they all the same belts. So that's why the people say the belts didn't matter. Cause these sanctioning bodies, they just creating more and more.
belts don't matter. Belts don't matter. We got our great fight.
One thing that really matters is the
Belts
fight.
matter.
This is what I'm gonna say, because he said it out himself. Just like it, y'all not gonna believe anything unless it's coming from a direct source. Y'all not gonna verify something that's hearsay, man. The bottom line is Tank said out of his mouth, I'm not gonna get no validation unless I beat them names they said I'm afraid to fight. So I just want to see the fights, and he want to make the fights. Let's make them fights, so we can see how it play out. So that way, everybody can either be validated who said he overrated, he overhyped, and he just some fighter that's just looking for the green print, trying to duck as many people as he can, or if he going straight beat the dog snot out of folks. I just want to see him hop in the ring with these folks. He said he want to hop in the ring with these folks. We need to put pressure on making the fights, man, instead of tearing other people down. And this Mickey Freaky right here, this Mickey Freaky, dog. Always got to be a comedian, dog. Congratulations, dog. You just got the comedian of the year, dog. And it's only 2 days in, baby boy. You already strong contender. So when we go back to the end of the year, Lord willing, remember he had it locked up from the second day.
If you could take
Okay?
6
You're not
feet-
that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay? Okay? Are you? Absolutely.
You're not
So
that guy, pal.
So is there any consensus on like the Tank undercard? Do we got any fights confirmed?
I'm still trying to figure out is the fight going on.
I heard Pikachu was fighting Bulbasaur on the fight card.
Man, this is crazy, man. I'm trying to, people want to see what was shaking. Also, they haven't announced who gonna be on the prelims for David Benavidez versus David Morrell. So hopefully we can get Carmel or somebody. I mean, maybe they'll do that Puello versus Martin fight, man. But
Hey yo,
man,
you know what we ain't pay attention to? Yo, Prime stepping up. They probably got something in store for us, for real. Prime might have something in store
we
for us.
need a rollout, man. We need a rollout. Like, why we
I
ain't?
know we waiting for it. We waiting for it, but Prime might got some kind of special for us. Yo, I just saw football on not to get off subject, on Netflix last week. Like, we gotta see what Prime got going on, man. The rollout probably ain't coming out for a reason.
We gonna see GP, man. I think the rollout, if they gonna do it, it should be David versus David, Tank versus Lamont, Arrow versus Fondora. I mean, is Canelo still on? Canelo still with PBC? Then Canelo
It's a fight
Crawford.
by fight deal. But let me ask you this, T Hill. I need your top 3 pound for pound, and I need to hear why and why is Tank not on there. Go ahead, GP. And my man Thomas Hill and B3. I want everybody to answer that.
Oh, let him repeat that because that shit was all over the place.
He said he wants your pound for pound top 3, GP.
My top pound 3 for yeah. Give me
And he condensed it to 3 because that's short in the list right there.
all
But
right, I'm cool with that. Tank.
hold on, why is Tank in your top 3?
Hold on 1 second. Let me get my list out first. Yo, Tank, Bivol, and Tank Bivol and shit. I gotta go with what carries the sport. I'm gonna have to go with Usyk.
Tank Bivol.
Heavyweights carry the sport, man.
So Tank's your number one pound for pound.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, and what makes him
Hold
your
up.
number one?
No.
I mean, we're just trying to
Let's hear yours.
confirm.
I got you after everybody.
I mean, I only get 3. If I only
Yeah,
get
why
3, I
only
only
got?
get 3 names right now. The top 3 names in the sport.
I had only had 3. Yeah.
I gotta go Bud. I gotta go Usyk, and we can everybody we can get into that if y'all want. I got Bud, I got Usyk, and then I got my third pound for pound. I got Canelo.
Hold on. Where is the Mexican? Where is Inoue at, bro?
You gave me 3,
Somebody
bro. Hold on.
Somebody else
You
probably got him.
hold on. Time out.
Let everybody go. Cause
I can't let BBO just come in here and say that.
I know, right?
You mean to tell me you think Inoue is over Canelo?
I think for me it's Canelo, Chance Crawford, and I think it's Inoue, Monster Inoue. I don't put heavyweights on the pound for pound list.
Yeah, that was my crux right there. But I'm a young guy, so I'm gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna put him on
What
there.
y'all doing?
Just to
Pound for
battle the
pound?
old heads.
I want to hear somebody else go.
Y'all doing pound for pound?
Yeah,
Pound
top
for
3,
pound.
only 3 names.
Top 3.
Top 3?
Yeah.
For this year, I gotta say Bud Crawford.
Okay.
Oh no, I take that back. I gotta go with Arthur, Bud Crawford, and then Arthur, Bud Crawford, and then
Usyk, of course.
Nah, I don't put heavyweights. I don't put heavyweights on there.
My guy. Let's throw him in there.
Arthur, Bud Crawford, and I go with
David.
Bam Rodriguez.
Bam.
I mean, talk about carrying the sport. Who next? Go ahead, T Hill.
T Hill, go ahead.
All right, we ain't got T Hill. What about Crush the Legend?
No. T Hill here. I just didn't know I was on mute.
Oh,
Check
okay,
this
my
out.
bad. Already, I
For
thought you was
argument's
napping.
sake, I'm gonna leave Usyk off, but Usyk a bad boy. But I got Bud, the Beef, and Tank Davis, dog, and I'm asking because I'm going on strictly skill, dog. The basis, the merit of it. If they was all the same, if they was all the same size, and they had their skill set, who was gonna put hands on the other one? I got them 3-3 in a fight right there.
Mm-hmm. B3, I got something for you after everybody go too.
Yeah,
I think everybody win unless Crush chilling right now. So
I would have had Tank Davis on there, but he only fought one time this year, and that the fight was so far. It was so far long ago. I had to drop him down, but he would have been in my top 3.
But see,
that is very sad, and free. I agree with you with everything, but it sound like you just go off the last thing that you saw. Like you don't remember what Tank Davis did to Frank?
Yeah, I remember what he did.
But did he move up and wait and be the champ? That's what Bud did. You see what I'm saying? It's levels to what's happening in the sport. Tank is a great fighter, but these other guys better be just beat Bibble for undisputed.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is
come
what
on,
I'm
bro.
gonna get to that. Charlie
like I said, if Tank Davis would have fought more than just one time, I would have had him
No,
on my
it's
top
only
3.
because I think y'all only feel that way because Yo, it was in March.
No,
We
because
come.
actually, Tank Davis, the year that he fought Hector Garcia and Ryan Garcia, I had Tank Davis number 1.
Yeah, but
Yeah, right now I got Tank at my number 4 pound for pound. So I mean it's just what I seen. I want to get into this debate with y'all a little bit, and then I mean I'm willing to remove heavyweights altogether. It ain't no big deal. But what Bud has done moving through weight classes is
when the
he's a
last time we
generational
seen
talent.
Bud?
Huh?
When the last time we seen Bud?
Versus
We
Madrimal, bro. Now tell me the last Eastern European tank fought. All right, so then we're gonna go to Usyk, man. Usyk dominated.
and
He dominated Tyson Fury. He had a man that was 50 pounds heavier than him, stumbling all around the ring. He beat him twice in the same year. We can't even get some of these older guys to fight 2 times in a year.
I agree with you on that one.
So next we got Canelo. Now with Canelo, they talk about somebody fighting out of their weight class. Well, how tall is
he
Canelo?
fought.
About
He
5'8"?
fought. Oh. Did he fight Belanga? Who he fought?
Yeah, he fought. Yeah, he fought 6'1" Berlanga and 6 foot Jaime Munguia at 5'8". Young guys. What y'all say? What y'all want Devin to do?
No,
Fight somebody your
He
size.
got
Fight somebody
to
your
hang
height.
out like
no. My thing is, it's the level of opponents. What does Belanga show you that say, okay, you know what? That
I
fight with
agree.
Canelo proved that he's a top guy pound for pound because he
Okay,
beat
well let
Belanga.
me guess you this, Freak. Name the guys that's punching harder than Berlanga at 168, and then I'll tell you who, and then that'll tell me who Canelo should be fighting.
David Benavidez.
I don't
He fights at
know.
175, bro.
I
No,
don't know.
now.
Listen. I don't know how hard Belanga punches because when he brought up his level of competition, those knockouts stopped happening. So I don't know how hard Belanga
But
punches.
yeah, but then you got the Bruno Saras with 4 knockouts that he didn't stop Munguia. So what I'm saying is that Canelo is not ducking
Thank
and
you.
dodging. I mean, I'm just saying he's not ducking and dodging, guys. Now it may be, David Benavidez, but he
Hey,
moved up to 75. That's not Canelo's fault.
do you know you just killed your own point by bringing up the Frenchman?
But what, Saras?
Yeah, by what he did to Munguia and what Canelo couldn't do. Canelo's supposed to be the hardest puncher.
But Canelo already told us he carried Munguia.
Okay, so that for that case, for that point right there, I can't give you pound for pound.
My nigga, he's determining justice in the ring with niggas, man. What do you mean? Like he can decide? He's deciding whether he want to bury these niggas or not.
I'm not giving you no top pound for pound because you carry somebody. I don't know if you carry somebody. You might literally couldn't get them out of there.
I know one thing, Canelo. Yeah. Well, one thing, Canelo's carrying the sport, and he just beat 2 young guys in their prime. I mean, he made it really look effortless. But what we don't take into account for Canelo is the rounds boxed, the years he's been in the sport. So, and ultimately dominating at the top level, he's got to be on your pound for pound. I don't see how he's not.
And then you avoided the top guy at the division. You're not getting on my pound for pound for ducking the top guy at the division. Don't no ducks get on my pound for pound.
Who you talking about? That dude that sold 60,000 pay-per-views?
I don't care how many pay-per-views he sold. I know McGear didn't sell none. He took the fight with McGear.
Hey, that was they did good business. What can you say? You know what I'm saying? He gave Munguia an opportunity.
You only
David
dog,
Benavidez and his dad, like he said, they was being disrespectful, so they gotta wait their turn.
dog,
Wait until he good and ready.
dog. At the end
Al
of the day,
Al Heyman and Louis the Cubans told Devin Haney the same thing. Wait
dog,
until we good and ready to fight.
dog, you talking about what the next man did to somebody else. I'm talking about Canelo Alvarez. I don't care what the next man did to somebody else. I'm talking about Canelo
But
Alvarez.
you
Canelo
still
Alvarez,
you can say somebody duck, but you can't
dog,
give them wins if they didn't fight though, free.
dog.
So what
Listen,
I'm saying is that you gonna
I
call Boost a duck?
no, I don't put ducks on my pound for pound. You can if you want to. You can't tell me you're the best pound for pound and you avoiding a fighter that's in your division. This man's been number one for the last 2-3 years, and you avoiding him? No, you can't tell me you're the best guy and you avoiding the number one contender for the last 2-3 years.
Well, D Free, I mean, I gotta beg to differ because
I bet you will,
they
because
was on the hold on.
probably
What I'm
do
just
the
all I'm
same
gonna say is
thing.
this. All I'm gonna say is
You
this.
probably do the
They
same
was on the
thing.
same side of the street though.
Dog.
So at the end of the day, maybe David's representation wasn't ready to make the fight.
No, they made the fight. They offered Canelo $55 million. Canelo said, "No, I need $150 million." They offered that man $55 million. Your money, your guarantee is what you gonna get, regardless how many pay-per-views it sold. If it sold one pay-per-view, you still was getting $55 million.
I mean, you can't tell a man his value, free.
No, you can't tell me to put a
He's
duck
a
on my
300.
daggone
No,
pound
he,
for
he
pound.
said he
He's
wanted
already a
200 million
$500
for
million nigga.
Benavidez.
You
He said he
can't
wanted
tell me
200 million for Benavidez.
you can't tell a man his value, and you can't tell me to put a duck on my pound for pound.
Fair enough. Yeah, but Canelo, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they got to get his money right. This prize fighting at the end of the day.
No,
Tank on your pound for pound. He a prize fighter. He ain't getting in the ring with Devin
it's
Haney
funny.
if they don't got their money
No,
right. So
you
is
know
he a
what?
duck? Did you remove Tank from
B3
your pound for pound?
B3. You know what I find funny? I find funny all these excuses that you make for Canelo, but when it
B3.
comes to Tank Davis, there's no excuses.
I'm just saying. I just gave you. You just told me that it wasn't about money. I'm just saying you
No,
just told me
like
it
I
wasn't about
say,
money. So if it ain't about money, is your boy a duck for not fighting Devin Haney? Because they said he was Leonard Ellaby said he was the highest paid lightweight. Is Tank
no,
on your pound for pound?
no.
Yeah.
When the fight was available,
Oh, okay. Y'all picking and
when the
choosing
fight
who
was
ducking.
when the fight was available to be made this year, I mean, actually, it wasn't even available to be made this year. The fight wasn't available to be made this year.
And the fight was available to be made after Devin whipped Regis' ass. Let's cut the bullshit. And Will Old School and everybody else was crying about Devin being 165 pounds. And then they was all trying to offer Tank a fight. And instead of that, Tank started trying to talk to Conor Ben and threw niggas for a loop.
So what you telling me is when he said, I want the same deal that Ryan Garcia said, that Ryan Garcia got, but then he started throwing stipulation what he won't take. How is that? That's a deal ready to be made. Because you can't say I want the same deal that Ryan got and then start giving stipulations.
Because they're not fighting no catch weight.
Last time I was
because
hey, hold on, free. Hey, B3. Did Tank and Ryan fight? I mean, did Devin and Ryan fight?
He broke up, bro.
He said did Devin and Ryan fight?
Yeah, did they fight?
Yes, they fought, bro. They fought in April.
Okay. Well, all right. So, what was the outcome?
It's a no contest, no outcome.
No. What did you see? What did you see?
Bro, I saw a motherfucking undisputed champion fighting a fucking bionic man. Y'all crazy, man? Like, what did you think we seen? I seen a dude. I seen a a former undisputed 2-division 140-pound champion coming off arguably the best performance of his career, go in there against a motherfucking dude that was drinking, smoking, doing all these things, not training, just paying Derrick James to be a figurehead, obviously,
That's the
since he
guy
wasn't
that
training.
Devin lost to.
I mean, and I mean, I see a no contest, but
I don't care if he got his ass whooped or not. The thing is,
what they got to do with Tank though, GP?
the last thing that I heard was all Tank need to do is send an offer. Devin is the B side. He takes whatever Tank gives him. But then you start throwing stipulation there. Or Tank can't have him come down to 135. Tank can't put a rehydration clause on it. Y'all didn't say that at first. Y'all said all he got to do is give him an offer. Devin should take whatever offer Tank gives him because Tank is the A side.
Who said
That's
that?
what all Devin fans were saying.
Man, listen, man, Devin. I'm gonna keep it a cold stack with you. I know we got the business of boxing. I would pay to see Devin fight over a lot of these niggas. So, irregardless of what somebody say a person worth is or their value, what they bring to the table, belts don't matter, whatever. Devin Haney, he has YouTube production where we've been seeing him fight on YouTube for years. He's been on ESPN, DAZN, all these platforms, and did multiple pay-per-views. At this point, Devin Haney is literally, if he's not just as popular as Tank, they're probably neck and neck on popularity. The
Nah,
only
hell
thing we
no.
would say
Hell no.
is
Hell
the
no.
only difference is Tank has a built-in fan base that Devin doesn't have. Tank has a Al Heyman book of business, Floyd Mayweather pay-per-view generating fan base. And that's just what it is. But like Floyd already told y'all, he said, I could have did it with you, talking about Devin. He said Devin could have been the one fighting Ryan if he would have stayed with Floyd. So
Yeah.
at the
He
end of
could
the
have.
day, I mean, we got to call a spade a spade. They didn't want to do it, GP. I mean, why you going to put your prize fighter in with an undisputed champ? Keep collecting those prizes.
So, once again, you're proving my point again. Floyd and Leonard Ellaby didn't want to fight. Tank Davis never said he didn't want to fight. You telling me what Floyd and Leonard Ellaby didn't want?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, okay. So in that case, Tank didn't duck Devin. Floyd and Leonard Ellaby didn't put Tank Davis in the fight.
They ain't want to do it. I got to tip my cap to you. Right. They ain't want to do it.
Yeah, they didn't. I'm not.
I'll say this though. I feel like Bill doing so much lying is taken away from the fact that Tank didn't want to fight Devin right away. If you ask me,
They ain't want to do it. I mean, that's a known fact. But I mean, we can sit up here and talk semantics. I mean, we'd already know that's gonna be a hell of a fight and a damn hard fight for Devin. But needless to say, it seems to me from the outside looking in that Bill and Floyd is doing just as much competing against each other as the boxers in the ring. So the culmination of it came out once we got Devin in that Devin Ryan fight. We seen Bill and Floyd on the live, and it showed that they're in competition with one another. So that's why
Oh,
Floyd is
my
he
bad.
be sneak dissing. He wants to see Devin do well as a person, but then he doesn't want to see him do well. It's like it's a weird
Bro,
dynamic.
like I said, it wasn't Tank's fault. It was Leonard Ellaby and Floyd's fault. Tank fought every single person they put him in the ring with. Even when he thought that they were setting him up with Pedraza, he fought him anyway. When they thought he was setting him up with Rolly, he fought him anyway. That was their fault. That wasn't Tank's fault. That was their fault. They
But
didn't make that fight.
he also said he never asked for the top names.
Yeah, he didn't. But they still gave him championship fights. He didn't ask for them. They
Yeah,
gave
but
it to him.
but not against the real champion. He's fighting for vacants and then secondary titles.
He fought for one vacant belt?
Yeah, I know, and then you got 3 other championship fights.
Yeah, so he
So I
fought for
mean,
one
so one
vacant
out
belt.
of three you fought for a vacant. The other two was regulars, or one was a regular, one was a vacant. And then you got your belt back against Leo, moved down and clipped him, a smaller guy, and then Pedraza, with all due respect, was looking to move up.
So he got the IBF belt, he got the WBA super, and then he got two WBA quote unquote regular belts.
Yep.
Okay, and only one of them was vacant. Only one of them was vacant.
But Devin got those belts in the ring though.
So did Dagon Tank. All Tank. If he didn't beat Garrett, what, he wouldn't be WBA champion right now. If he didn't beat Pedraza, he wouldn't have been if he didn't beat Dagon Mario, he wouldn't be the Dagon champion. If he didn't beat Leo Santa Cruz, he wouldn't have been a champion. So he got all his belts in the ring as well.
Real talk though, and you know, Tank is my guy. Is you're saying champion and fair enough because it's a belt and it's a world championship, but if you're not fighting the man of the division, ultimately you a belt holder. And like the old school guys, BBO, they'll talk that old school talk when it comes to heavyweights on the pound for pound, but they don't talk about just being belt holders and they calling you a paper champion, that type of stuff.
You say if they don't fight the man of the division, then you just a belt holder.
Typically,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay, so Canelo Alvarez is just a belt holder because he didn't fight the man of the division.
Oh, you talking about the dude that was snoring coke and lost his belt?
No, I'm talking about the guy that you said, the man of the division, because Benavidez has been the man
ain't
of the
no
division.
cokehead, no man of the division, man.
No, he's been the man of the division. Name one single person that beat that cokehead that you claim that.
Man, the scale beat him. His fat ass lost his belt on the scale, and then he lost that shit again on some coke.
Name one person that beat him.
That's what beat him. He beat himself. He beat himself. He beat himself. I just told you.
I already know.
I just told you though. I just told you why he's not the man of the division. You lose your ranking when you lose your belt. You can't make weight.
The other fighter got the same situation. It's a daggone. Oh, he ducking.
You want me to answer? He's an undefeated guy. That's rhetorical, D Free. I'm telling you why he's not the man in the division. He's not the man because he was sniffing coke. He was out hanging with his brother sniffing coke, and then he messed around and lost his belt on the scale a second time. What's up with these undisciplined guys on that side, bro?
He's been the number one guy even before Canelo got there. He was the number one guy.
Pacheco is number one right now. Congratulations.
Yeah,
you could be the number one ranked guy all you want. You ain't the man of the division. Any division Canelo stepping, he the man of the division.
No, Canelo
EJ will tell you that. EJ will tell you that.
He's scared of the man. He's scared of the man.
Man, tell them to get that brother money right, bro. You talking to a $500 million nigga that fought Trout. This nigga was a fucking pup. This nigga was a pup, D Free, and he fought Trout. And he went in there with Laura. These niggas, man, Laura, these motherfuckers box. Do you know what it takes to? Do you know what it takes to go in there with Arislani Laura as a green fighter?
That challenged you to a fight. You like, man, I'm not fighting. You got on daggone K-Swiss. I'm not fighting this dude. He got on K-Swiss, dog. I'm not fighting him. That man got on K-Swiss, dog. I'm not fighting him. That's exactly what you sound like. That's exactly what you sound like. I'm not fighting that dude. That nigga got on K-Swiss, dog. I'm not fighting him.
They got to listen, man. At the end of the day, it's prize fighting. They want Canelo to get in there with a 230-pound dude. And then when he put him on a rehydration clause like Tank, the people gonna cry about it and say he was on a rehydration clause. Am I lying, BBO?
Yeah, you are.
Would the people cry? Would the people cry if he put Benavidez on a hydration clause? Man, the people would say he's weak. He saw why even take the fight. They were saying it about the Tank and Ryan fight.
No, I don't.
They
care
dragged
what the
Tank.
People say about Tank and Ryan. I'm telling you what David Benavidez said. He said,
"What I'm telling you is your favorite fighter. I know you don't got no favorite fighter. I'm telling you that the face of boxing, Tank Davis, He's not going in there with nobody that's 25 pounds, 30 pounds heavier than him.
He did.
He's not
I
going
He
in
mean
there
did.
that
with
just
nobody that
goes.
he can't
He
beat.
already
He going in
did.
there with guys that he
already
know he
did.
can beat.
He already did go in there with somebody that was 25 pounds heavier than him. He went in there with somebody that was 30 pounds heavier than him. Because when he fought Rolly Romero, Rolly weighed 165.
Oh, cause
So what are you
Rolly
talking
can
about?
weigh
He
it, but
already
Tank
did it.
can't weigh it.
He already did it.
Rolly can weigh it, but Tank can't weigh it. He wasn't 20. And what was Tank then on the fight night? He only gained 5 pounds.
Tank was, I don't know what Tank was. I know what Rolly was because they came out and said what Rolly was. The WBA came out and I think it was the WBA. It might have been the Athletic Commission, but they came out and said what Rolly weighed that night. He weighed 165.
Man, D Free. I'm just trying to figure out when did this turn into Tank being a little dude and Devin being a big dude? Like when did these five? When did 5'9" and 5? When did a 5'9" dude become a big dude? Like I'm confused.
Who
So
said
you just telling me
Devin?
that Rolly weighed 165?
No, who you talking to me? I'm not what everybody else says. I never said Devin was a big dude. I never said that Tank can't fight Devin at 140. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the people like to say that Devin's a weight bully, the 165 thing. But you know, if that's not your premise, I agree. I think people, you know, they make the weight that they can make, and then they fight at the weight class for the weight that they can make.
All I
If they
said
can
is,
make it comfortably, even better. But a lot of these dudes, they not
let me
making
get 25
comfortably.
on one.
Well, let me say this real quick. Salute to my man B3, officially coming over as a full-time panelist. I appreciate you, B3. He gonna be part-time, but he gonna be rocking with us more and more often. So I appreciate that. And on that note, if you want more BBO boxing, don't forget Cross the Legends is gonna be on tomorrow at 6 a.m. We'll be back from 8 to 10. And we see you guys soon, man. It's your boy BBO. It's your boy Free. It's your boy B3. And it's your boy T Hill. And we gone, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BBO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BBO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BBO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BBO.